shit are you reading?
Well. World-class veteran video game critic Michael Does Life. Oh, Michael. Ladies and gentlemen, the cracks are indeed starting to show as we are out here live in the Phil Spencer garden. We told you that Phil Spencer is turning the ship around, and when Starfield, whenever that day comes, when Starfield sees the light of day, you will see the plants that have been planted here spring to life in a way that's never been seen before, and you're going to love it, believe me, that I know and that I can tell you. But until that day comes, until Starfield releases, okay, Xbox is in a pretty terrible shape. But we're not here to talk about Xbox. We're here to talk about this game right here, folks at home. We're here to talk about Hogwarts Legacy. And we have played this game for many hours. Believe it or not, we have played this game for many hours, and we do have Hogwarts Legacy right here. Hogwarts Legacy. It's a total snooze fest. If you want my review right up front, it's a 0 out of 10. Hogwarts Legacy is 0 out of 10. Why is it a 0 out of 10? Because it's a total snooze fest. It brings nothing new to the table. And I'm not going to waste my breath going forward, because we've already dissected this game. You can go back to previous streams, and I know you won't, but you can. And you can look at what we've seen in this game and what other people are not seeing in this game. So we encourage you to look at what we have dissected. So we're done with Hogwarts Legacy. We're moving on from Hogwarts Legacy, and there is another game that we are going to be checking out, and it already has released, okay? So we're done with playing Hogwarts Legacy. We're done with talking about Hogwarts Legacy unless 5,000 people come in here, okay, which isn't going to happen. So as such, we're done with Hogwarts Legacy. We're going to move on to another game that just recently came out, okay? And we're going to be covering that because there's a lot of shills surrounding that game, and I do want to talk about it. So we are going to be playing that fairly soon and reviewing that fairly soon. So click the subscribe button down below to subscribe to the channel and get those notifications turned on so that way you can get your carcass in here as we dissect this terrible medium that has, quite frankly, hit the bottom of the ocean floor. If you disagree, that's fantastic. We want you to disagree. That is a part of the show. But with that said, this is the reality of the situation. And with that said, we're going to crack open the Mountain Dew. If you want to have your phone call right on the line, well, we need a quality caller. The Divide, the Good Senator, so on and so forth. If you would like to call in briefly, we can probably make that happen, although we can't make a guarantee. We're going to need some energy in here, folks, today, and that's why we're cracking open the Mountain Dew. The Spectators are already out in full force. The Spectators are joining us out here in full force in the Phil Spencer garden. Maybe it's the gamer girl.
It's over.
That we have been clamoring for.
Gary from the Vault donated $10.
That's what we're talking about, Gary.
Hogwarts is giddy.
That's bullshit. Gary from the Vault coming through, popping the cherry and doing so in a way that makes sense. Hell yeah, brother, we appreciate that. Gary from the Vault coming through, popping the cherry and doing so in a way that makes sense. A brand new member, by the way. Hell yeah, brother, we appreciate that. Gary from the Vault coming through, popping the cherry. A brand new member. We are out here live, ladies and gentlemen, in the Phil Spencer garden. It's been a long time since we've been out here. And we certainly hope that you're having a fantastic day in your neck of the woods. But if you are just tuning in, folks at home,
It's over.
we're going to the Mountain Dew!
Triadic Bus donated $5 through
Oh,
Super
God.
Chat. I'm watching you through my binoculars, Mike. Woman breastfeeding, woman breastfeeding, woman breastfeeding. We out here. Men holding hands, men holding hands. Men
Well, I
holding
need some
hands.
content.
How is your mother doing? Woman breastfeeding, woman breastfeeding.
You know,
woman
I'd like to ask you
breastfeeding.
that question.
Sky
How is your
falls.
mother doing?
Men holding
How is your
hands.
mother
Men
doing?
holding hands.
You know, I went to her house last night for the
Mountain
Super
Dew's
Bowl,
bad for you.
and it was just an
Woman
incredible
breastfeeding.
experience.
Woman
You're not
breastfeeding.
listening. You're
Woman
not
breastfeeding.
listening.
Don't drink.
Are you done? I mean, Jesus. Triadic Bus coming through. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that. Triadic Bus coming through. And you might very well be here because there is someone watching, okay? And they better come over here and pay because I'll tell you what, this ain't a free show. Unreal. You want to see Chris Angel? Guess what? It ain't a free show, okay? It's just the way the cookie crumbles. You want to see Chris Hart, Kevin Hart, whoever? You got to pay. It's as simple as that. So if you're watching Triadic Bus, come on out. We can go 12 rounds. We can, believe me, that I know and that I can tell you. We can go 12 rounds. And it's really so incredibly sad. We have Hogwarts Legacy right here. That's what we're talking about. Brand new member, official Troy. Never mind, a member for 9 months. We need a brand new member. The fake members are leaving. The fake members are leaving. We need some new members. So if you can cough up the $5, you can become a part of the Cool Club. And we're going to be rolling out exclusive content very soon here. We're going to start really honing in on the memberships, okay? And that's not a joke. That's not a meme. That's the reality of it. So stay tuned. We want to do member-only streams, but I'm not sure if we can handle that. You guys are not listening. But if you are just tuning in, folks at home, what the fuck's going on? Holy shit!
It's over.
Can you guys hear the traffic?
Gary from the vault donated $10.
Let's go, baby.
through
Gary
Super
from the
Chat.
vault coming
See
through.
your bathtub? Is it big enough for the two of us?
Well, I mean, if you look like Brad Pitt, we'll just go to the hot tub area. Okay? That's what we're talking about. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that. Gary from the Vault coming through. Can't even see the screen. Gary from the Vault coming through yet again. Two-time Tony Hawk combo for Gary from the Vault, supporting the show, helping sustain the reality of the situation, because we are going to have to get another game to cover because we're done with Hogwarts Legacy, and that's going to help out with that. There we go. That's what we're talking about. A brand new member. Skates member for 10 months. Triadic Bus is leaving. The spectators are leaving. You know, they come down here and they look for a brief moment and then they leave, and it's so sad. They're expecting Alana Pierce to be out here, and sweetheart, I don't look like Alana Pierce, but I'm sure I can put the wig on and some lipstick on and we can make it happen. That's what we're talking about. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that member for 14 months. Let's get him out. But if you are just tuning in, folks, and you want to know my score on Hogwarts Legacy, it is a 0 out of 10. It's a trash game. Okay? I'm not going to explain why, because we've already done that for hours on end.
It's over.
You're just going to have to take my word.
Arthur Vega donated $20.
Holy
through Super
shit!
Chat. What's up, world class? Hope you and the chat have a good day.
That's what we're talking about. We're out here. The weather's not too shabby, okay? It's like California out here right now. A little colder, but nonetheless, that's the reality of the situation. Arthur Vega coming through. That's what we're talking about. Hell yeah, brother. We appreciate that. Arthur Vega, the current king of the jungle. Arthur Vega coming through and doing so in a way that makes sense. Giddy up there, mister. Look at me. I'm such a stupid idiot. Arthur Vega coming through really hard and really strong. The shape stalks again. The shape stalks again. Arthur Vega coming through really hard and really strong with the $20 super chat. Hell yeah, brother, we appreciate that. The shape stalks again. Hogwarts Legacy is a total disaster.
Big Boss 6568 Wrench donated £5 through Super Chat. I'm in the car heading to pick up Hogwarts Legacy for PS5.
Turn around right
I'm
now!
ready to curl my hair and chill and get rich. My body is ready.
Big boss coming through. You're going to get Hogwarts Legacy right now. Turn around right now. Don't buy this slop. Don't buy Hogwarts Legacy. Turn around right now. Trust me. I won't let you down. I mean, I just can't imagine. Far Cry 2 is a better game than Hogwarts Legacy, objectively. But Michael, it's not the same game. It doesn't matter. It's an open world game. They're both open world games. As such, they both can be compared. Far Cry 2, a game that came out in 2008, is more advanced than this slop right here, Hogwarts Legacy. Total snooze fest, okay? Go into the cafeteria here in Hogwarts Legacy. It's right on the back. Oh, hold on. Oh, my God. Hold on. There are not that many NPCs in the cafeteria. You guys probably can't see it, but there are not that. Look at the back of your game. Well, you guys don't buy physical copies because you're Zoomers. Look, the back of the game case shows the cafeteria. Go in there. Go into the cafeteria here at Hogwarts Legacy and just wait. And you're going to see shit that you've never seen before. It's so terrible, okay? And not to mention the fact that there are not that many NPCs here at Hogwarts Legacy. The game is a total snooze fest. V was right. V was right. You guys didn't want to listen. V was right. They're always right. It is the next Tortanic. Dude, I'm on V reading the replies, and they're saying some real shit about the game, okay? It's not even shit posting. It's not bullshit. At the end of the day, they're speaking their mind on Hogwarts Legacy, and they're breaking it down. It is another generic Ubisoft open world, okay? And they have fumbled the football in so many ways, especially with the Hogwarts Castle, okay? There are no classes outside of, hey, this is the class, meaning go to this mission and the class will start. That is stupid. That is stupid. But you guys don't clamor for quality. You want sexy graphics. You want ray tracing. You want 60 frames. You want this, that, and the third. I'm done with you guys. You guys don't clamor for quality. Why are you here? Okay? You need to start clamoring for quality. If you can't clamor for quality in here, at the very least, tell your mother I said hi. And especially if she is single. Okay? I'm a boomer. She's probably a boomer. That's a perfect match. But you guys still don't want to listen. What's this come with here? You guys want them out? Here. What I'm going to do for you guys is I'm going to help you out here today. You guys want this? Redeem it right now. Get ready. Get ready. Who wants the dragon? Who wants the dragon in Hogwarts Legacy? Type 1 in the chat if you want the dragon. Bring spells to life in an all-new way. Discover the magic caster wand. What in the fuck is this shit? The ultimate wand experience? We need to play this. Bring spell. Look at this. This might be better than the game. You download the app and you can play wand caster. The ultimate wand experience. Bring spells to life in an all new way. Discover the magic caster wand. Visit HarryPotterMagicCasterWand.com to find out more information. To order. What? Oh, it's not free? Well, so sad. All right, who wants the dragon? Who wants the hippogriff? Who wants the hippogriff? First come, first serve. Get ready. Hippogriff, you want it? Xbox Series X right here. Get ready. Series X, Series S. You want the hippogriff? Who wants the hippogriff? We're going to reveal it here in 5 seconds, okay? You want the hippogriff? Get ready. You want the hippogriff? Get ready. We're going to reveal it in 5 seconds here. You want the hippogriff? Get ready. I got to take another sip of Mountain Dew before we do it. Guys got to wake up in here. I got to get the Mountain Dew. You guys are putting me to sleep. Jeez. Unreal. How's the audio sounding? How's the audio sounding? All right, you guys want the hippogriff? You guys want the hippogriff? You don't deserve it. I'm not giving you the hippogriff. You guys don't deserve the hippogriff. So sad. I'm just kidding. I'll give it to you. I don't want this shit. I'm done with the game. I'm done with the game. Is the microphone sounding great? Let's get a 1 in the chat. Move the chat. Move the chat. Move the chat. We want to see that chat moving, okay? We're going to give you the hippogriff. First come, first serve. Type it in fast. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Boom. Right there, the hippogriff. Can you see it? I don't know if you can. Probably not. Nonetheless, there it is. There is the hippogriff. First come, first serve. Redeem it fast. The hippogriff right there. That's what you're going to get. The hippogriff. It's probably already redeemed at this point. There you go. The hippogriff. Incredible stuff. Truly incredible stuff. You know, I should have redeemed that at least. I mean, geez. That's okay. I got like 4 copies of this game. They're all terrible. It's a terrible game. If I'll play it again, it'll be on PS5, not fucking Xbox. Because at least with the PS5, you get the DualSense features, you get the light bar on your controller, and I mean, you know, that kind of adds to the experience, in my opinion. It really does. So we have a brand new sealed copy thanks to Ryan Curtis. We love Ryan Curtis. He's a fantastic person. And if we ever do decide to pick this game up again, it will be on PS5. But we are going to turn our sights on to another game that just recently... Excuse me, sweetheart. There's no reason to rev up your car. You're not in Hollywood, okay? Jeez. I mean, there's no one out here. But if we ever do play Hogwarts Legacy again, we're going to be playing it on PS5. And I know there's going to be some new viewers in here that are like, oh, Michael, I came in for this review, and you're not telling me why I shouldn't buy it. And it's like, you need to go watch what we've already exposed here in this game, because it's a terrible game. It's a rushed game. It's a game that needed more time in the oven. And maybe with Hogwarts Legacy 2 or some upcoming patches and DLC, it could be a little bit better, and we can raise it back to the 4 out of 10 that we once had it at. You see, we had this game at a 4 out of 10. We moved it back down to a 0 out of 10, and that's where we're going to stay because of the things that we have seen here in this game that just bring this experience all the way down. It's lifeless, it's dull, it's wooden. There's no sense of actual Academy Hogwarts going on, okay? I mean, I know this doesn't make sense. It doesn't sound like it makes sense, but it does, believe me. Okay, it's not the Bully 2.0 that we wanted or expected, and maybe that's our fault for expecting something a little, that high quality from a modern day 2022 video game. Nonetheless, Bully 2 is a superior game, literally in the finite details, as opposed to Hogwarts Legacy. And I'd love to play an older Harry Potter game to compare it to this slop right here, Hogwarts Legacy. But unfortunately, the old Harry Potter games are a little tricky to find, unless you go on eBay or what have you. So we are going to be moving our sights on to another game. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but you're going to have to stay tuned to figure that out. I'm sure you can figure out what it is. But with that said, subscribe now, turn the notifications on. We're going to be covering that later tonight. We wanted to dissect this a little while ago. We didn't have the opportunity to do it. But now, since we're done with Hogwarts Legacy, I can't stream that game again, guys. I can't sit there and play that game again. Maybe offline I can try and give it another chance, but I'm not going to sit there and stream the fucking game. It's a snooze fest to stream. It's a snooze fest to play, and we're going to have to put the brakes on that sumbitch right now. So that's why we're going to move on to another game that just recently came out, and it was shilled to the moon and back. I mean, more so than Hogwarts Legacy. Everyone likes Hogwarts Legacy, apparently, outside of a few people. But with that said, this game that came out before Hogwarts Legacy, just recent, was shilled to the moon and back. And I'm going to tell you right here, right now, it ain't that good, because look at the player count. It already fell off hard. You know what I mean? So we will be taking a look at that later today. So subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want. But Hogwarts Legacy is a total disaster. And let me ask you this. Is the good senator in here? Because he likes to play contrarian these days. He got pussy whipped and he likes to play contrarian. That's the problem with these people in here. They get pussy, they get job, they get Jim, and they change their attitude. You know what I mean? And, maybe that's for the best, but at the end of the day, the high energy is lost, okay? They turn into Sleepy Joe, and they don't have that high energy anymore, and it's so incredibly sad. And then when I don't bring the high energy, they say, well, Michael, you're Sleepy Joe. No, you're Sleepy Joe, sweetheart. Okay, but nonetheless, if the good senator is in here, let's get his ass on the line. It's going to be a little tricky to hear, but let's see if we can make it happen, okay? Because I know he's got some things to say. If he doesn't want to become, on the line, that's fine. But I think he is in here, and that's why I brought him up in the first place. Because I think he has a contrarian take on this game, as he does similar releases that just came out. There's a lot of people in here that love to consume these days, and I'm not really sure what happened. There's a lot of people in here that just love to consume these days, and I'm not necessarily sure what happened. You guys used to put the brakes on before going into these releases, and now you don't do that. You don't put the brakes on before going into these releases, and it's, believe me, so incredibly sad. Because we told you guys that the cracks were starting to show with Cyberpunk 2077. Yes, I've been wearing this shirt for about 7 days straight because I love Cyberpunk secretly, but we have to keep the gimmick up. Nonetheless, Cyberpunk 2077, at least on PS4, was a total disaster. But you know what? At the end of the day, looking back at Cyberpunk 2077 and looking back at that whole fiasco, at least Cyberpunk 2077 was entertaining. Some of the most entertaining segments of Cyberpunk 2077 came from the fact of how broken the experience was day one. The experience today isn't as entertaining because it's less broken. It's still a broken piece of garbage, okay? It wasn't what we were promised, and it's not great at the end of the day, unless you like linear stories. My advice, just watch the Netflix cartoon and call it a day. No need to play the fucking game. And the same with The Last of Us. Watch The Last of Us show. Don't play the game because especially the first game is not great. I have it on PS5, the PS5 remake, and it's junk. You move around crates, and you do a bunch of stupid, silly shit. The story takes 5 years to get moving, and there's really no ending. It's just like, at the end, Ellie is like, well, I don't even know the ending. I mean, there's no ending to the game. There's really no ending to the game outside of Joel saying, hey, by the way, Ellie, you are infected. You have the cure in your body, or whatever the fucking stupid story is. And Joel's like, we're not helping humanity because if you share the cure, that she passes away. So that's and that's supposed to be like that big like credits roll. Directed by Neil Druckmann and Bruce Springberg. Okay? And that's supposed to be like this big fantasy of like, wow, that's movie telling in video games. It's a terrible story, okay? And with The Last of Us, they took those characters that were already established and they subverted expectations. I will shill for The Last of Us Part 2 because not only is it a better story, but gameplay-wise, it's on a whole nother level that has still yet to be achieved with the current releases, okay? That's the reality of the situation. So The Last of Us Part 2 is a superior game. It really is, and that's not bait. I don't care if you disagree, okay? At the end of the day, when Neil Druckmann decides to pull the curtain back on The Last of Us Part 2 and release the director's cut for PS5 with enhanced features and this, that, and the third, I will be there day one for that experience, okay? But The Last of Us Part 1 is a terrible game. It's a total snooze fest, and its story is not compelling. I was skipping cutscenes. Or at least I was wanting to, if you couldn't. I can't remember. But I remember playing that on PS3 and not really understanding what the big hype was for that thing. It's one of the most overrated games of all time. However, with The Last of Us Part 2, it takes the characters that you are familiar with, it takes the characters that you love, and it says, this is what we're doing with them. And it's interesting. Because what Neil Druckmann did was such a special thing that can very rarely be accomplished here in the games industry. And that's taking the player on a ride for a emotional journey. And very seldom is that the case. People are still talking about The Last of Us 2, and it came out in 2019. You know what I mean? That's a testament to how they hit that home run. It doesn't matter if you don't like it. At the end of the day, you're still talking about it. So with that said, something was accomplished. As opposed to these terrible middle shovelware games that are forgotten about within 4 days. I mean, you think people are going to be talking about Hogwarts Legacy this Friday? The game literally just came out this past Friday, but 1 week later, are people still going to be talking about Hogwarts Legacy? Are people still going to be playing Hogwarts Legacy? The answer is no. Look at the player count on Twitch. It's already dwindling, okay? The peak for Hogwarts Legacy was 1.1 million players on Twitch. The peak for Hogwarts Legacy on Twitch was 1.1 million viewers, okay? And now it's already down to 150K viewers. That is a massive, and I mean massive, drop for this game that just came out 2 or 3 days ago, bro. The game has no lasting power. It doesn't have much of a shelf life. It's always online. Well, it's not always online. DRM. It's online DRM, so you can't play it right off the disc, which is really stupid. I could cut this game some slack. I really could, but the product that they have pushed out to the consumers is just not really where it needs to be. It's a nice little fan service thing, but it doesn't even really follow the source material. I mean, the castle doesn't even look like it does in the movies. I'm not kidding. Look it up. I saw a comparison and I thought, really? And they did take some fucking liberties here. The castle, the Hogwarts Academy doesn't even look like it does in the fucking movies. So who's right in terms of matching the source material? I mean, how do you know what J.K. Rowling envisioned for the castle? Yeah, you can read the literature, but there's no fucking pictures. There's not a blueprint for the Hogwarts castle. You think J.K. Rowling came up with the blueprint for the Hogwarts castle as she was writing the book? Hell no. Now, I'm sure Lego made some fucking version of the castle, and they kind of modeled it off that. But with that said, it seems like no one knows what the actual castle is supposed to fucking look like. And certainly not the developers of Hogwarts Legacy, because it looks worse than it does in the fucking movie. Are we awake in here yet? Or do you guys need more time? I'm out here with this Mountain Dew, and I'll tell you what, we're having a great time out here. Live from the Phil Spencer Garden. Tell your friends. We're going to be covering an all-new game later tonight. And we might set up a special camera for it if you guys decide to tune in, okay? If we have a decent showing, we will plug in an extra... We'll have something for you, okay? In terms of entertainment, we'll have something for you. If the computer can handle it, I'm not sure it can, but we're going to push it really hard. We're going to push the GPU to the max, okay? That's what we're going to do. We're going to push the GPU to the max because a lot of these people in here, we don't want to get into this PC Gaming Linus Tech Tips thing because we already did it last night and people got offended and got really mad and said, I don't know what I'm talking about. And it's like, I know what I'm talking about. I wish I didn't know because it's more fun not knowing. But with that said, I know what I'm talking about, and a lot of these gamers don't really push their GPUs to the max. They just sit there and they play one little game on Steam, and then they look at their library and they're like, "Oh, I have about 300 games on my Steam library. I don't even play anything." It's so sad. It really is. Believe me. So we're gonna go take a seat here. We're gonna go take a seat. They're honking. Okay, it's the reality of the situation. We hope you're having a fantastic day in your neck of the woods. As we are out here live from the Phil Spencer Garden. And let's go ahead and see if the good senator is in here. You want me to dance? How much you got to pay? I mean, jeez. You want to see Michael Jackson perform on the Hollywood Boulevard? You literally have to pay. That's how it works. I turned Hollywood a long time ago. Okay. If you don't pay, they will stop performing. That's how it works. I've shown you guys that in real time, and you didn't want to listen. So as such, what I did is I paid the drummer guy $100, okay, just to prove the point that if you don't pay, they will stop performing and get really mad, even when you offer them $1. They're like, oh, yeah, well, that's not enough. You need to respect me. I've been on this boulevard for 15 years. You know who I am? I'm a somebody,
Triadic bus.
Let's go, baby! Triadic bus!
Looking forward to the Dead Space live stream tonight. Men holding
Who said it was Dead Space? Who said it was Dead Space?
Don't get scared, Mike. I'll hold you.
Who said it was Dead Space? I didn't say it was Dead Space. Who said it was Dead Space? You're not listening. You're not listening. She doesn't love.
Your flies open. woman breastfeeding.
Yeah, you
woman
would love that,
breastfeeding,
wouldn't you?
woman
You would love that,
breastfeeding.
wouldn't you? You
Don't
know, you
sit
would
down.
probably subscribe to the OnlyFans, but we're not doing that because you don't. Who said we're doing Dead Space? Unbelievable. I mean, we may or may not be doing Dead Space, but I didn't say we were doing Dead Space. How do you know that's the game? Could be a there's a couple of other games that released and everyone shilled it too. They shill every release, dude. You guys are not listening. They shill every release. So how do you know it's Dead Space? Didn't say it was Dead Space. Every new release gets shilled. That's their gimmick. They're QVC, modern day QVC people. They shill the product. It's really that simple. Like, you're going to love it. It's the best thing since sliced bread. It's a faithful this. It's a faithful that, you know. I mean, so it's over. It's over. They're shilling Hogwarts Legacy, but certain outlets did not cover this game because of the controversy surrounding it, but no one's talking about the game. I'm telling you, if you got the game right now, I don't want to ruin the experience for you, so maybe wait until you're done with it. But when you're done with it and you're bored out of your skull, go to this place right here. Go to the cafeteria in Hogwarts Legacy. Go to the cafeteria right there, that place right there, the big dining table where everyone's eating the Thanksgiving turkey. Go to that place right there and just wait. I know it sounds stupid, and I know that's not how you're supposed to play the game, but with that said, go to this area right here, the dining table hall room in the castle, and you're going to see some really stupid shit happen, okay? Inexcusable garbage. That's what this is. The PS1 game is probably more advanced. I know for a fact that the PS2 game is more advanced. And definitely the PS3 iteration of Hogwarts, Harry Potter. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, it is more detailed. The NPCs are more detailed. I'm not even joking. You know, one thing I noticed in this game is that, I mean, how do you fumble the football so bad on the castle and the students, and there's just no vibe or atmosphere with any of that. Everyone's standing around. They're all robots. They're all mannequins. They're all androids. That's what they feel like anyway. Because they just stand around. They don't emote, very seldom. They barely talk unless it's a scripted sequence. And there's just no pranks happening. There's no mischief. There's no fun. There's no... It's a terror. They should have called Todd Howard. They should have called Todd Howard. That's what they should have done. Skyrim and Oblivion are more advanced than this, and those are games that came out long time ago on primitive hardware. So hardware's obviously not the roadblock here. It's creativity and vision, and they don't have that. But what do you expect for a movie license game? I mean, you know, a license game like that. It's Warner Bros. Approved, and you know, they probably didn't want to promote bullying, so maybe they had that at one point where you could maybe like prank students or something like that. You know, like you couldn't bully, but maybe Warner Bros. Stepped in and said, "Hey, we don't want that." Who knows? But if you find the train in this game, Hogwarts Legacy, if you find the train in Hogwarts Legacy, stand in front of the train, and you'll clip right through it. It's worse than the new Saints Row. It's worse than the new Saints Row. Look, this game should have been linear, or it should have been the castle being the epicenter, and they should have honed in on all of that with just immaculate detail and an overwhelming presence of you actually being a student at Hogwarts Academy. That's what the damn thing should have been. But it's a stupid generic Ubisoft open world experience that feels lifeless at the end of the day.
Donated €5 through Super Chat. Finished Hardy R2 for the third time. Let me tell you, nothing come close to this masterpiece these days. Gaming industry isn't the cheater.
That's what we're talking about. Hell yeah, brother, we appreciate that. Salas Vector coming through. Hell yeah, brother, we appreciate that. Salas Vector coming through. Yeah, I mean, look, Red Dead Redemption 2 is obviously probably top 5 in the last decade or so. I still have problems with Red Dead 2, and I made videos about that a long time ago, about the problems with Red Dead Redemption 2, and it is a little nitpicky, but these are just things that I started to notice. However, I think those are going to be rectified very much so with the release of GTA 6. When GTA 6 comes out, I think you're going to see the most forward-thinking Rockstar game since GTA 4, and I think a lot of you are going to be very, very impressed. Okay, if you go off of what was leaked, GTA 6 is going to be that game that the boomers are waiting for, that people that clamor for quality are waiting for, and I'm not talking about the online aspect. I couldn't care fucking less. The campaign alone and the details surrounding the experience, surrounding that game, are going to be forward-thinking. They're going to be next level, and that I know and that I can tell you, and you should all agree because, well, you've already seen the game as well, like everyone else has with the alpha leak. So, pre-alpha leak, whatever the fuck it was. So yeah, we're going to wait for Rockstar's next release, and it's going to be some time. But in the meantime, and I mean, look, if Starfield comes out later this year, that would be fantastic. So we can see what, because Starfield's how many years in the making? 15 years in the making? I mean, obviously they didn't start working on the game that long ago. That wouldn't make any fucking sense. But I believe after Fallout 4, Todd Howard said that they started working on Starfield. So, Fallout 4 came out in what, 2014, 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. That's nearly a decade. So yeah, I mean, that lines up. Every big release takes about a decade, if not more, to come out. So there are games that are being worked on right now that have been probably worked on for at least 5 to 6 years that are still a little ways away. That's just how it is these days. But so as we wait for Rockstar's next release, GTA 6, of course, in the meantime, we got Starfield. If it does come out later this year, I think it will be. If it is coming out later this year, which I kind of don't hope it is, because it just doesn't look like it's ready. However, maybe they have an update, and maybe they have made progress. But if it does come out this year, hopefully it is late this year, because we do not need a rushed game, even if it is on Game Pass, and that's the beauty. Speaking of Game Pass, this would have been a perfect game for Game Pass right here, Hogwarts Legacy, a perfect release for Game Pass, that I know and that I can tell you, and I would have cut this game some slack if it were released on Game Pass. This is like Deathloop. It's a game that's perfect for Game Pass, but if they said, hey, go out and buy this for 60, 70 bucks, absolutely not, 0 out of 10. So if this were on Game Pass, I'd probably raise the score up to a 6 or a 7 out of 10. But the fact of the matter is that this isn't on Game Pass. It's a slop game in nearly every regard. Visuals are okay. Okay, we'll give it that. Sound design's terrible. I can't really think of any redeeming qualities outside of the Harry Potter sort of sprinkles that are littered throughout this game. If you take away all of the Harry Potter stuff and this were just some generic fantasy open world game, which it sort of is in certain areas, you don't have much left there. And the fact that they didn't even try to simulate the Hogwarts Academy by having actual classes that are not tethered to missions is really fucking stupid, because it feels so dead. It feels like a movie set. It feels like there's just robots on this movie set and you're waiting for them to say action so that way things start happening within the academy. So there was so much that they could have done and they didn't do it. And I think with Hogwarts Legacy 2, they might actually have a chance, if they listen to the feedback, and start basically just going more in that direction with, there's just many ways they could take it, but I think they need to look at Bully and not necessarily copy that, but maybe get inspired in certain aspects, okay? Because ultimately, at the end of the day, they have fumbled the football with Hogwarts Legacy, and it's so incredibly sad. The Spectators are back. Triadic Bus is back out here. I don't know what's going on. I mean, it's so incredibly sad. Believe me, it really is. It is the saddest that it has ever been. Well, the combat is kind of interesting. Okay? I think the combat is okay, but look, if you like Elden Ring, you're going to like this game. I'm going to tell you that right here, right now. And a lot of people are saying, you don't need to compare this to Elden Ring. They're totally different. I disagree. I mean, I really disagree. It's the same fucking game. They're both lifeless. They're both shallow. Obviously, this one has a story, as opposed to Elden Ring, which doesn't. You have to go on like some fucking wiki to learn the story, which is really stupid. But with that said, they are both very similar, more similar than I think a lot of people would like to admit. Hogwarts Legacy and Elden Ring. So if you like Elden Ring, you're going to love Hogwarts Legacy, in my opinion. There's no difference. There are differences, but they're very seldom, okay? There are differences, but they are very seldom. Yeah, Bully's amazing. Bully is amazing. But with that said, yeah, I'm glad you guys love the game. That's fantastic. I'm glad you guys love the game. We're not saying that you can't love the game, okay? If you love the game, have your fun in the sun. We're not trying to poop on your parade. But with that said, if you don't have the game, maybe wait until a sale. Maybe wait until a sale, or at least until they update the game. Maybe they have some updates planned, and they're going to, deploy some improvements, quality of life improvements, but we'll have to see. We'll just have to see. Okay. And we're almost out of Mountain Dew. Someone is spamming the chat. That results in a ban, because I know you're not going to listen, so we're not going to time you out. Let's get that out of there. Okay, some people just can't help it. So we'll make sure to get you out, because you've been doing that for multiple years now. I mean, it just doesn't stop with these people. All right, is the good senator in here? Is the good senator in here? I don't think he is. The good senator is in here. Okay, well, let's figure this out. How are we going to do this? I don't have any app to call. I don't have any calling app. I guess I should have thought this through. How do we call people on the internet? How do we call people on the internet here? I don't know how to do it. Everything should be natively built in, and it's not. We might not be able to do it. Am I logged on to Twitter? Well, you're not on Twitter, so I guess we can't do it. Because I don't have Skype installed. I could install it real quick, but that's a clusterfuck. I'm not sure how we would do that. Let's look at the battery life here. We have 74% on the battery here, and we have been live for 43 minutes. So we are going to be covering a new game later tonight. If you want to tune in, subscribe, and make sure, more importantly, you hit the notification bell so that way you get notified, because there's only so much I can do to notify the folks at home if YouTube doesn't push it out. So make sure you hit the bell if you haven't done so already, as we will be covering one of the most highly rated games. It's higher rated than Hogwarts Legacy. Send it through email. What does that mean? Send what through email? What are you smoking, dude? Send through email? You mean you want me to call you on email? I think we can figure this out. You know what? I know how to do this. We're going to do it like we used to. Hold on. Let's try this one. We're going to get you on the line here. I just figured it out. We're going to get you on the line here. Start. I mean, it's been so long since I've done this, but we're going to go ahead and do it here. Start. Allow microphone. Alrighty. No, we don't want that. Let me figure this out. Ugh. Turn off the camera. I don't want the camera on. There we go. Okay. Microphone is on. Which one is it selecting? I have no idea. Let me go to the settings to see if this is figured out in a way that makes sense. Here's what I'm going to do for you. Hello? Hold on. Can you go into, since you're a member, can you go in the community tab of the membership club? Okay, do you know where that's at? I'll put the link in there, so that way we don't have trolls coming in here and disturbing. Okay. So if you are a member and want to call in, that applies to everyone, but we're going to get the good senator on the line first. We're going to put the link in the membership tab. So if you are a member, go to the community tab right now, and we're gonna put the call-in segment of the show in there. So if you are a member, that is where we're going to be. And we're going to post it in 3, 2, 1. Boom. So look in the community tab right now. The link is in there. That's how you're going to have to do this. So go into the community tab and click the link, and it should bring you into the room here. It should bring you into the room here. Oh, Jesus God. I don't know who this is, but let's get him on the line. Hello, you're on the air. Can you hear me? Hello, you're on the air.
I'm on the air. Hello.
Oh, jeez. It's you.
It's me.
You know, how'd you like that? I don't know if they can hear you. I don't think they can hear you. This is a total disaster.
Oh, no.
I don't know how to get it to where they can hear you. Because we're on Mac out here, so it's a little different with the audio setup. So, hold on. Let me see. Audio input capture. No, they can't hear you.
They can't hear
It's over.
you? No.
I don't know how to do it. I mean, I could put the microphone at the speaker. That's the only way I know how to do it.
Oh.
Well, yeah, I'll ask you a question, then I'll just put the microphone at the speaker. That's the only way I know how to do it. We're just going to have to innovate here. We're thinking outside of the box. We're working past the... But with that said, what did you think about that GPU rant in yesterday's stream?
Oh, Lord. You are a clown, bro.
How am I a clown?
The comparisons. Are you serious? Are you serious?
Bro, no, okay. Look, you're going to get schooled in front of 250 people in here. You really want that to happen?
What did you go with?
The 4070 Ti, hold on, let's just, yes or no. The 4070 Ti is better than the 3080.
It's probably about on the same level.
That's not an answer.
It is an answer.
But
If you got a 3080, you're good. You know, it shouldn't be.
yeah, but that's not what I was saying. You didn't understand that. I was saying, look, if you were building a PC today, would you put a 3080 into your build?
I have a 3080 in my.
That's not what I'm saying. If you were building a brand new rig today.
I would go with the 4070 Ti.
You son of a bitch. I knew it. That's what I thought. I'm right.
No, I'd go with 4090.
You wouldn't put no 40. Well, there's people in here that do actually have a 4090. They weren't trolling, which is crazy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if I sold my 3080, I could probably get one. That's ridiculous too.
Well, I mean, imagine electricity bill for the 4090. I mean, holy shit.
Oh shit. Yeah, those Intel processors apparently are they're getting up there with the power usage and also them being hotter. So
Which one?
what is it? 13900 KS.
Who needs that?
I mean, if you want the best of the best.
No. You're not listening. Where's the good senator? He was supposed to come in here, and you came in here. He obviously can't find the community tab. It's so sad.
Well, I have to hold his hand like a fucking 5-year-old to try and figure out what the hell he's doing with his computer, so.
Why? What happened to his rig?
He don't know how to use his computer, bro. Imagine starting up every single game and putting everything on freaking Ultra.
Well, you can. No, he can. He said he's got a 40 series GPU.
Oh, that is cap. That is absolutely cap.
What does he have? He said he was going to give me his 2080, and then he said he's not going to do it anymore because the 3060 Ti is better than the 2080. So I said, you know what? Whatever, dude.
Oh, yeah. The man has a freaking AMD GPU, and he's just like,
he's got an AMD. I thought he said he had an NVIDIA 40 series.
Oh, he's capping. He's capping.
He's a troll. Let's ban him.
He ban him. He's asking me, he was like, what should I go with, man? What should I go with? And I was like, well, your first problem is not going with an NVIDIA GPU.
Exactly. I'm going to agree with you on that, bro. Look, AMD CPU, sure, but imagine buying an AMD GPU. I mean, holy shit.
Oh, Lord, dude. I've been there, done that. I'm not going AMD for GPUs anymore. No. Trash, garbage.
Wait a minute. There's no way, bro.
If you want to play any sort of game, then you're expecting PS5 or Series X level graphics and you want it to just put it in the fucking blender and crap out a something that looks, last gen era from PS3 or PS4, then happily go with AMD if you're a stupid idiot.
Yeah.
But on the topic of Hogwarts Legacy, this game is awful. I don't understand.
No. You were just shilling it.
No, I wasn't.
Why are you guys capping here every fucking day, bro? You were just shilling it.
This game, absolutely not. It is the exact same crap that the game industry has given us time.
No, you're trolling, dude. You're trolling.
No. 100%. 100%. If you want to play a game that looks absolutely dog shit garbage on a PS5 of all systems, where things are constantly glitching and popping in, and you're doing these quests for NPCs that you just won't shut the hell up, and you have to keep pressing triangle to skip the dialogue in order to get through that quest, and then you go fetch something here and fetch something there. Oh, and whenever you get to these chests to pick up your items, they're all negative stats, so those items are throwaways. This game has 35 main missions. You beat that within the time frame of about 12 to 15 hours, and you're done. Everything else is filler. That's essentially Hogwarts Legacy in a nutshell. Don't fucking buy it.
No, dude, you are playing the script here. You're full of crap, dude. You love it. You secretly just love it.
No, I didn't buy it.
What do you mean? You didn't play it? You didn't play it?
I played it for 18 hours, and I've got a couple more missions to go. But let me tell you, I'm not going back, and I'm not getting to level 40. I'm not doing those side missions because I'm not that stupid.
I mean, did you see that? Did you still have the game or no?
Yeah, I still have the game.
Okay, go into the cafe. Dude, did you see the cafeteria thing? Holy shit, bro.
Cafeteria.
That's worse than
I've got
Cyberpunk.
some clips where I was fighting a troll, and he.
Why is the good senator telling me to check my email, dude? He's a boomer, dude. He's emailing. Like, who does that? I'm gonna check the email right now, dude. Email, by the way. What's going on here?
Man, this dude's gonna go Pony Express. He'll be here all day.
Bro, he's typing random numbers in the email. Like, what does that even mean? I'm supposed to just call him?
Oh no.
Dude, he is a boomer. Someone else is in here. Who's in here?
Oh no.
Hello?
Who's listening?
No, it's just you, I think. No, it's just, well, I mean, look, if you're a member and you want to call in, I mean, it is in the community tab, so.
It's in the community tab. It's a Google Meet Me.
Why is God of Frogs getting toxic in here?
Oh no.
He said, check my fat. Oh, never mind. I thought he meant something else. I thought he meant, like, you don't know what you're talking about, but he's talking about a fax machine. I mean, there's some fucking actual boomers in here.
Lord. Are we going to talk about freaking 5K modems here? There's no way. 58K, my bad.
When are you going to upgrade your GPU, bro?
Me? I've got to work those streets if I'm going to make that type of money.
Just sell your 3080 and get a 4070 Ti.
Well, you know what? I just might. You are world class after all.
Yeah. I mean,
My device cannot display it right now.
what happened?
That's what Senator said. What is he doing, bro?
He's in here right now? There he is, right. Lee Cameron wants to get on the line. Someone's calling in. Lee Cameron. Svensson Productions. We just got a brand new member. Svensson Productions. That's what we're talking about. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that. Svensson Productions. Let's get a W for Svensson Productions. Holy shit. Svensson Productions. I worked with that guy back in the day, bro. Okay, let's see what Lee Cameron has to say. Lee Cameron, you're on the air. Let's go.
Hogwarts Legacy.
That
It looks bad.
is this really Lee Cameron?
Yeah.
Let's go, baby. You from Liverpool too?
Liverpool gang.
Nah, Scotland.
Oh my God, that's even better, baby. Dude, there's a lot of Scotland viewers. We might have a fucking Scotland trip. I mean, I don't even know where that's at on the map, but nonetheless, we'll go to Scotland. We'll go climb the fucking mountains and shit. Like,
There's
You
all
got
the-
Braveheart in here.
So what Lee Cameron, what do you think about Hogwarts Legacy?
Well, everything I'm seeing, I'm convinced that I don't know if to buy it or not.
Well, I mean, I can't turn the collars up. There's no way to do it. It's literally full volume. You're going to turn your volume up.
No, I'm not sure if I should buy it or not. Hogwarts Legacy.
Right. Well, I mean, it's up to you ultimately. I mean, look, you might have fun with it, but if you're expecting, I don't know how to describe it. I mean, it really depends on your level of Harry Potter and your fandom of that.
Wait for sale. That's what I would recommend.
At least,
I kind of like exploration in games, and what I've seen is it's just a bunch of puzzles, and it kind of looks a bit cookie cutter, kind of mid in that way.
If you're used to the same Assassin's Creed fetch quest and just bare bones storyline to keep you tied over until the next game comes out, then that's the game for you. If not,
Yeah.
move
All
on.
the day, 10 hours in, fell asleep, never
Oh.
played it again.
I should also mention, so people are aware of this, it is absolute bullshit.
wait a minute. I hate to interrupt, but the Sony punk is calling in, and let me tell you, sweetheart, he's not a member. Is Lee Cameron a member?
Yeah, I'm a member.
Okay, Lee Cameron's a member, so he can come in. No, we're not getting the Sony punk in here. It's members only, sweetheart. No, he said he felt unappreciated. You know what? Kiss my foot. Members only.
Oh no, he apologized.
Well, he better member back up. I mean, Svensson Productions just membered up.
Dude, all the what is it? Those I can't even fucking think of the word now. The dark arts, the extra payment for the DLC dark arts. You don't even get those till close to the end of the game. The game, you piggyback off of the expectation of you doing the side quest to get the dark art stuff so that you can have that before the end game. That doesn't happen. You can totally go through the entire game and just piss away the extra $20 or $10 or so for the DLC dark arts and not even touch any of the side quests.
There he is. The Sony punk is a brand new member. That's what we're talking about. Holy shit. The Sony punk is a brand new member. That's what we're talking about. Welcome back to the winner's circle, baby. That's what we're talking about. The Sony punk, a brand new member, baby. That's what we're talking about. Now we can get you in the call. You guys can't be sharing the links, bro. What you mean? Who's sharing the damn link? No, you did. Hey, is Lee Cameron still in here?
There's no freedom, is there? There's no real freedom outside of combat. What to do stuff. It's kind of like I kind of like the Rockstar template of like just do what you want. Like I wish they did that like Bully. It's nothing like Bully. So
No, it's nothing like Bully at all.
and it should have been because imagine like when you head for the prefects and corridors and that. Imagine that in Hogwarts, but with wands and invisible cloaks. Could have been amazing. But they never thought of that because it's too creative, too interesting.
The world is absolutely empty.
Yeah, and I noticed like they all look that they're standing still. The school should be busy. There should be loads of students walking around the school like the movies, and it's not. It's embarrassing.
I mean, you have some students that are walking around. You have just like random encounters with enemies.
It's Drew McIntyre.
In that area.
Just enemies though. It's kind of like because remember in like even Bully, everyone's walking around. They've got the schedule. And it's like they could have at least tried to do something like that. And it's just disappointing for me because I don't expect them to.
By the way, who did anyone in here redeem the damn bird that I shared with you guys on the manual? Wait, you redeemed it?
I redeemed it.
No, you didn't, dude.
Check Twitter.
You fucking did? You don't even play the game. Why'd you redeem it?
I've got it on PS5.
No.
I had to give you my breakfast money, Michael.
That's what we're talking about. We appreciate that. Thank you so kindly. The Sony punk is back in the fold, baby.
In the circle, baby.
Let's go.
Hogwarts Legacy is a 10 out of 10 all day.
Oh, you're capping.
10 out of 10 all day.
He's trolling.
The thing is, it probably will win Game of the Year. That's what.
No, there's no way. Zelda's gonna
This
win Game of the
is
Year.
garbage.
Zelda's gonna win
It's
Game of the Year, bro.
boring. It's fucking a fetch quest constantly. 30 minutes on one fucking quest. Go do this, go do that. And like you're like a fucking canine retrieving a ball, like straight up. Like,
So is it just like Elden Ring and caves and that's it, really?
pretty much, dude. It's trash, dude.
You have no real incentive.
My speakers, is it too loud? I don't. Hello?
What?
Dude, this game is so bad, and it looks, the graphics get worse when you get into it.
There's awful pop-in this.
I've got a video of one character just running into the wall constantly. One of the NPCs was just running into the wall constantly, walking in the wall.
No.
I had a troll that teleported above me.
I will give you the. I'll send out the clip later.
Dude, I look, I think Chromecat has some. I mean, if you really wanted to dissect it, I think there's enough material in Hogwarts Legacy where you could really showcase it in a way that's probably not showcased anywhere else.
Chromecat, like this game seems popular, so I don't know if he'd get a lot of hate for doing it.
Oh yeah,
If he did it.
that's why he's not going to do it.
Oh yeah.
That's why he's not going to do it.
Because my Harry Potter, you know?
This game has nothing to do with the Harry Potter movies. There's nothing in the movies that's in this game. Like, just,
The characters are uninteresting, and I'm just going to throw this out here. They pander so much. It's not even a fucking joke. And they make it so obvious.
Hey, hold on? Did you see that PC mod? I'm not going to say what it is because people can hear it get a little crazy. But there's a PC mod that it has something to do with the character customization. It's on, I think, Nexus Mods.
Oh god, yeah, I've seen Thomas the Tank Engine and Shrek.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about something a little bit more political.
Oh, here we go. Oh, a little more political? What does that mean?
Why don't you just go to the damn website and look it up?
Oh no. Do y'all want to know?
No, I didn't say it.
Do y'all want to know?
But at least I don't think the dialogue looks cringe. It just looks boring. So it's kind of.
Guys, I had played the game. Okay, holy shit! What is going on?
Eagles Lair donated.
I can't hear. I can't hear.
Be honest, I don't care if you're chilling the game. Will you do a 360 turn and say don't buy it? I don't care. At the end of the day, the studio doesn't deserve the S. It's getting. She owns the IP to the name. Just leave it at the.
Hold on. Eagles Lair coming through with the $20 super chat. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that. Be honest, I don't care if you're chilling the game. Will you do a 360 turn and say don't buy it? I don't care. At the end of the day, the studio doesn't deserve the shit it's getting. She owns the IP, the name. Just leave it at that. What does that mean? Hey, I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you this right here, right now. And I know you guys are going to disagree, but yes or no? J.K. Rowling, is she hot? Is she hot? If she came into your room with lingerie, would you say yes or no?
I'd say yes just because it's my money.
You guys don't think J.K. Rowling is hot? Oh my God! You guys are gay. I mean, Jesus. Dude, these guys are gay in here. They're saying J.K. Rowling's not hot. I mean, there ain't nothing wrong with being gay, believe me. But look, what are you guys talking about?
Gary from the Vault donated $10 through Super
Gary from the Vault!
Hogwarts Giddy J.K. Rowling for president.
J.K. Rowling is sexy! Admit it! J.K. Rowling is sexy! Gary from the Vault coming through yet again. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that. Gary from the Vault coming through yet again. J.K. Rowling is sexy!
If you think J.K. Rowling is sexy, one in chat.
I don't think they can hear you. Wait, is it? Hey, let me ask you this. Let's do. I'm losing my thought here. She's old as hell. J.K. Rowling's not old. Why am I on the email? Here, J.K. Rowling. How old is J.K. Rowling?
She's like 60.
No.
No.
Well, that's fine. I mean,
She's 57 now, yeah.
57. That's not old. What are you guys smoking? I mean, if she were like 80, that's old. These guys are stupid in here, dude. She's got the experience. She knows the way around the wand. I mean, what you mean, homie?
Oh, here we go.
She's a gilf.
What does that mean?
57 is not old, especially like for people that are quite rich as well.
Someone is spamming the chat.
Rizo Panzo.
Hey, let me ask you this, Devil.
What's up?
Why does my MacBook Air render video faster than a 12th generation i7?
Probably because the operating system's not as bloated on Mac than it is Windows.
PC gaming's trash! PC gaming's trash!
Oh, here we go with that.
I am on a fanless machine out here. You guys need to upgrade to Mac and get into the future. Okay, Apple is better than Windows or...
Better for editing videos.
Exactly. Well, yeah, you know, see, Sony Punk is actually smart. It is. That's why I use it for that.
Not a Mac.
Michael, I agree with you. I'm poor, so I can't afford like a great PC, so I just buy a laptop. I don't see the point. If I can't buy the best, what's the point?
Like,
Yeah.
Because like I don't want to buy something that's like overpriced and it's not even that good. So I'm like, fuck it. I don't have like maybe like $2,000, maybe over that, just to spend on something like that.
$2,000.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Mac also has it built into their shit when you get you don't have to pay extra for it like Windows. Like, you have to pay extra for everything on fucking Windows. Like,
Like I have a gaming laptop and it's trash, and then I've got a PS5 and that's all. But I use it for work. I use my laptop for work, so it doesn't matter.
I've already got a little close to fucking 1,500 in my
Bro, I can play Resident Evil Village right now on this Mac, and it has no fan inside of it. Think about the technology here. I mean, you guys need to get with the times. Apple is superior. Tim Cook, you need to apologize to Tim Cook.
No, you gotta kill it.
What do you mean? It's designed for this.
Man, what do you mean it's designed for it? Have you tried it? Have you honestly tried it?
Yeah, but I don't want to play Village. It's one of the worst games ever created, dude.
Oh, here we go. You haven't even tried it.
Where's the good senator? He was supposed to be the one that calls in here. What's going on? We got Lee Cameron. We got Chris. I don't even know who the hell Chris is. And we got the Sony Punk.
He's trying to exchange messages through Pony Express.
Bro, dude, I don't know what he's going on.
Senator lost his phone. His wife took it. He's on restricted.
Well, he's pussy whipped. I mean, that's just the reality of the situation. We got someone else coming in here. Leonardo DiCaprio's coming in here.
Biohazard's the best Resident Evil. You agree?
What?
Resident Evil 7's the best one.
I agree. I mean, I just played it the other night, and it just has a different vibe and feel that Village is sorely missing.
Yeah, the only one that gets a bit weaker is on the ship, but it's still great and quite scary. But the whole game is like consistent. Like, I'm one that really likes Alien Isolation, apart from the last couple hours, but I can see why it's like quite repetitive. But the last 4 hours were so bad. The whole game.
What do you guys think of Amnesia?
Never played it.
Tony Vendetta! Tony Vendetta! We just got a brand new member. That's what we're talking about. Tony Vendetta coming through. That's what we're talking about. Hell yeah, brother. We appreciate you. You're joining Svensson Productions and many other crazy members right there in the winner's circle. Sony Punk as well just joined up again. Hello?
W in chat.
Yeah, man.
Sons of the Force. You guys hype for that? Oh, that's
Sons
right.
of the Force.
It's an early access game, bro. They said they are not finishing it. They need the community fan feedback to do it.
Right?
It's gonna be a great game, dude. The Forest was awesome.
It's only on PC, so let's rejoice.
I never finished the first one, but I played it and it was really cool. So
What about Wolong? You cover games that come out on Game Pass?
Who?
You.
I don't have Game Pass. That's a slop service. What you mean, homie?
Oh, here we go.
Dude, I watched the Todd Howard interview last night, and I'll tell you what, we got a little excited. You know what I mean? Woo!
Bill Smith, you better not say that in Bill Spencer's garden. He's going to take you out like the CIA.
Look, Todd Howard is hot. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Like, I mean, her, and J.K. Rowling in the same room. Like, damn.
Oh Lord.
Well, I could.
Dude, literally in the comments, they were saying Todd Howard's hot. And it's like, I mean, yeah, that's the reality of the situation. Like, Todd Howard's hot, especially back in the day. I mean, shit, you rewind about 15 years ago, like, dude, that guy was a fucking rock star. That's what we're talking about. Breeze coming through, remember, for 3 months. Hello?
You gotta get off that computer sometime, Michael. The Rule 34 for Todd Howard, man. Come on now.
Get off the computer, by the way. Okay, buddy.
Who's excited for Spider-Man PS5?
Yeah,
Just
I'm
works.
looking forward to Spider-Man.
Hell yeah. Wolverine.
One issue is I kind of agree with Michael is I hope they add actual open world features this time, and it's not just the same like Ubisoft stuff.
I'm ready for part 2 of Jedi Fallen. That's what I'm prepared for.
Jedi Fallen. Oh, we got a Star Wars shill in here.
Okay, hold on. Did you play The Devil? Did you play the Dead Space remake on PC or console?
Console.
Oh my God! You know, you're shilling GPUs. You're talking about this console, PC stuff day and night, and you're playing these games. Why are you playing these games on console?
The game's poorly optimized on PC. Actually, no, it's not. But I just chose to play it on PS5.
I bought Callisto, I'm not playing it yet because I heard it was broken, so I just waited. I'm still waiting.
I played the entire game on Series X. It was great.
Yeah, Callisto Protocol, I'm going to play my PS5 soon before I do Dead Space, but it looks alright, but it's just the graphics look like can't use it.
They really screw up the game on PC whenever they have the whole like de novo anti-cheat. It's just
A lot of stuttering.
Okay, let me ask you guys this in here right now: is Kurt Cobain hot?
with or without the head.
Well,
Okay, that's it. You know, I'm ending the call. That's it. I'm done. You know, I mean, you can't disrespect the legend Kurt Cobain. I mean, honestly, that's so fucking sad. I mean, just so low, so degenerate, disrespecting Kurt Cobain. It's so incredibly sad. It really is, believe me. But the correct answer to that question was yes, Kurt Cobain is hot. If you disagree, you might very well be gay, and that's just so incredibly sad. Oh my God. All right, we did the call-in segment. They are probably still on the call. I don't know how to end that. I just closed it. Maybe it ended it. I don't know what's going on. It's so incredibly sad, believe me. But, you know, going back to Hogwarts Legacy here, it is a 0 out of 10, okay? We have been playing this game for I don't even know how long. At least a week. Okay, we got the early access edition, like one day before it became early access. And we have been playing it ever since. And it's time to say goodbye to this slop. I'm done playing it. I can't continue to play this crap on stream, because ultimately, at the end of the day, it is a total snooze fest. So we are going to be moving on to another game later tonight, and we hope you can join. Okay, we hope you can join. It's another game that even more people shilled this game than they did Hogwarts Legacy. So we're going to dissect that. I'm going to tell you what's wrong with it, and a lot of people are not going to be happy. But you know what? At the end of the day, we have to cover it. There's still downtime until Atomic Heart, and there's still some time until what's coming after Atomic Heart. I can't remember. But there's another big game coming out later this month that is going to rock your socks off, potentially. And I honestly don't remember even what it is, okay? But you have Atomic Heart, and then you have something else. In those two games we will be covering. But we're going to go back and cover a game that just recently came out that everyone and their grandma seemed to really enjoy. Well, I'm not giving up on the game. I mean, ultimately, at the end of the day, I've already seen enough of it. Okay, if I'm not having fun with it, if it's not floating my boat, there's no reason to continue playing. Look, if you like it, that's fantastic, okay? But you're probably still in the honeymoon phase, and once the honeymoon phase dissipates, I'm going to tell you right here and right now, once the honeymoon phase dissipates, you might very well have a different opinion on the game. Look, I think you should wait. If you're on the fence, truthfully, I think you should wait until at least the first update comes out or a following update comes out with a little bit more meat on the bone, potentially bug fixes, optimization, and maybe some quality of life improvements for Hogwarts Legacy. We don't know if they're doing that, but I'm just going to assume that that's coming down the road. And then, of course, probably DLC for Hogwarts Legacy, Quidditch mode probably, or some shit like that. But with that said, yeah, the Resident Evil... No, there's another big game coming out later this month. It's not next month. Later this month, Atomic Heart, and then there's another game, and I'm going to go to Game Informer to confirm. We're going to go to Game Informer to confirm right here if this game is coming out. Like I think it is. I have no idea what it's called. Completely forgot. Oh, the Sons of the Forest. That's what it is. Okay, so you have Atomic Heart coming to Game Pass day one, and there's a lot of controversy surrounding that slop. I couldn't care less about any of that. We're going to jump in, and if it's the next Bioshock with the Russian theme or some shit, okay, cool, whatever. I don't care. Look, at the end of the day, if the game's fun, we'll say it's great. If it's not, total snooze fest, belongs on Game Pass. So we'll be covering Atomic Heart when the damn game releases in about a week or so from now, 2 weeks, whenever it does. And then the Sons of the Forest is coming out as well. So we're going to be covering the Sons of the Forest. Subscribe, turn the notifications on. We're going to play through this crap, and it's going to be torture, okay? But this is what we need to do in order to assess this and see if these games are worthwhile. Now, at least with Atomic Heart, it is on Game Pass day one, so you're not going to need to go out and spend 60, 70 bucks on this slop. The Resident Evil 4 Remake is coming in March. We'll be covering the Resident Evil 4 Remake in March, but we have other things to cover before then, so... And we've already said everything we needed to say on the Resident Evil 4 Remake. I'd love to talk about it a little bit more, but the fake Resident Evil fans just don't seem to really care because they're ready to consume, so... And I'm just going to leave them be, because, you know, they say, well, Michael's coming into my party and he's popping the balloons and he's ruining the fun, and it's like, sweetheart, that's not what we're doing, okay? We're just coming and we're saying, by the way, this remake is, well, maybe not where it needs to be. But we will be covering the Resident Evil 4 Remake, and I do believe, with that said, I do believe the Resident Evil 4 Remake has more potential than the Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 Remake. I do believe the Resident Evil 4 Remake has more potential, believe it or not, than the Resident Evil 2 and 3 Remake. So I will say that about the Resident Evil 4 Remake. I've already played that game on multiple platforms. I just bought it on VR like 2 years ago when it came out to the Oculus Quest. Mark Zuckerberg said buy that, and I said absolutely. I love Mark Zuckerberg. He's hot as well. And I said, okay, we're going to go out and get the Quest. We got the Quest solely for the Resident Evil 4 Remake, and I thought it was kind of interesting on that platform, but it became a little too hard for me. And we've already played that game multiple times. There's no need to play that game again. So with Capcom going in and reimagining that experience, it is a little bit more interesting. However, is it going to be a reimagined in a way that makes sense? When you go to the merchant in the Resident Evil 4 Remake, this is what happens. I'm going to show you right here and right now. When you go to the merchant in the Resident Evil 4 Remake, this is what happens, okay? I'm going to reenact it in the upcoming Resident Evil 4 Remake, okay? Hello, stranger. Okay, that's what happens. In the old Resident Evil 4, this is what happens. Hello, stranger. Okay? What that means is that the animation of him opening up his shit is no longer there. 0 out of 10. Okay? These fake Resident Evil fans have infested the franchise, and it's so incredibly sad that I know and that I can tell you. Okay, these fake Resident Evil fans literally jumped off of the bus in Fortnite, and now they somehow have a say on this franchise where it should be, where it should... You know, and it's just so sad. It really is. So we're done talking about that because you guys don't care. We're losing viewers in here. These people have ADHD. They just can't stick with world class. But they're going to go watch some shill. I mean, imagine if Young Yas streamed for 8 hours straight. They'd just sit there and love that, wouldn't they? So sad. Well, they changed the voice of the merchant. They changed the voice of the merchant, but not only that, he doesn't act like the fucking merchant. Okay, back in the day, he was like, look at all this shit. You know, now he's like, I'm just going to stand here because we don't know how to animate anymore. Okay? We don't know how to animate. Yeah, reused assets from Resident Evil. God of Frogs has his thinking cap on. That's what I'm seeing, too. You know, you're seeing all of that crap just being reused, and it's like, yeah, that's common in the games industry, but it's annoying as shit when they continue to just blatantly reuse things. And the UI looks so soulless in the Resident Evil 4 remake. It really does look so soulless. Why are we talking about Wii Sports in here? That's very odd, okay? Might have to time you out for that because it doesn't make sense. So we are going to be covering a new game later tonight. Hopefully you can tune in. We got 4 brand new members. We do appreciate that. Svensson Productions, the Sony Punk, well, we're going to have to go back and look because I have forgotten who else is a member. I think Victorus or some shit like that. And then it's been a long time ago since they membered up. So, we have Joe Biden memory out here. It is over. Shut it down. Resident Evil 4 remake. She didn't love fake commenters. Well, it seems like we might have to wind this one down if you guys are losing steam with me out here, okay? But if the devil actually redeemed that, I'm a little mad, okay? I'm going to be honest with you. Like, bro, he doesn't even have an Xbox. It was supposed to be for someone who had an Xbox, and he redeemed the damn Hugglepuff monster flying enemy, and he doesn't even have... Here, let's just throw this on the screen again in case he's trolling, okay? So, I mean, this has probably already been redeemed, but with that said, there it is yet again, okay? The Hugglepuff monster, you can fly it around. And, yeah, I probably should have redeemed it, but I'm not that far into the game where you can unlock that. Because there's no reason to continue. It's a total snooze fest. That I know and that I can tell you. There's no reason to continue. It's a total snooze fest. That I know and that I can tell you. Silent Hill 2 and Resident Evil 4 remake will fail. Well, that remains to be seen, okay? Look, the Resident Evil 2, I mean, the Silent Hill 2 remake is being developed by Bloober, and they are terrible. So, I have no hype for that whatsoever, and I'm not big on Silent Hill 2, so I really couldn't care less about that game. However, we will probably cover it. But I'm not going in jumping up and down. I'm not a big fan of Silent Hill 2 to begin with. I played it back a little while ago, and I didn't see what all the hype was, all the fuss was about. So it's some stupid love story about his wife that, she's like dead, but he doesn't know that, and it's like some trippy fucking like music video type thing where, I mean, it just makes zero sense. And the first game's better. The first game is better. It's got a better mood. It's got a better vibe. It's got a better atmosphere. The main character's looking for his daughter after the car wreck, Cheryl, and you have to find her, and, crazy things happen in Silent Hill, and it gets creepy, it gets spooky, and with the worse graphics, it becomes actually a little bit more tense and terrifying. So the first Silent, and that's not a contrarian, actually it might be a contrarian thing, but the first Silent Hill is better than Silent Hill 2, and you can't really play Silent Hill 1 anywhere because Silent Hill 1 is not available. Once you unlock the beasts, it might change your mind. I don't know what that means. Hey, Michael, really trying hard to remember the last game that you actually liked. That's a troll question. We're not answering that. I have a Series X. Okay. Oh, yeah, but you don't have the game for the Series X. What are you talking about? You can play it literally everywhere? Disagree. Okay. Disagree. You can buy the Silent Hill 1 on the PS3 online store for $5. No one has a PS3, dude. Okay? PS3 came out in 2006. No one's got a PS3 anymore. That's why they go to DK Oldies and buy a PS3 for $600. Okay, come on, dude. Get up off of that trip. I'm talking about modern. You can't get Silent Hill 1 on Steam. You can't get Silent Hill 1 on the PS5 store. You can't get Silent Hill 1 on the Series X. So you tell me, or the Nintendo Switch, by the way. Obviously, there's emulation, but we're not talking about that because that's for simpletons. You got to play the game on the console in the pure way, okay? Get a CRT, boot that old PS1 up with the first-party controller, and play it that way. And you're going to enjoy it much more. Don't play an emulation version of it. It's not how it's meant to be played. We're not playing that. Absolutely not. We're not playing that. We're not playing that, okay? We're not going to discuss what you can get, okay? I'm talking about modern day. Here we go. We got to stop looking at the chat because they're not making any sense, okay? They're talking about how you can easily play Silent Hill 1, and that's just not true. You can't easily play Silent Hill 1, okay? Not on modern day consoles. Now, if you're on your little PC all day and all night, you can go play emulation, PS1X, or whatever the fuck, okay? But that's not even the way to play it. Don't play it like that because it loses its charm. You got to hook up the old PS1 with the first-party controller up to the CRT, and you're going to have a great experience with it, okay? That's what you got to do. That's what I would recommend. Okay, we're not big into emulation, we're not big into modding, we're not big into any of that stuff within the gaming culture, okay? If you can't handle the game as the way it was presented, then you don't like the game, period. If you are dependent on mods to enhance your experience, you might very well be a fake gamer, okay? Oh, Michael, I'm so bored, so I'm going to download this Thomas Tank Engine mod. That's literally a disgrace to the project and everyone who worked on it, okay? That's literally a disgrace to the project and everyone who sacrificed their time, their blood, their sweat, their tears into making the project come to fruition. So, it is so sad. Because the game was not meant to be played on a modern day display. Hook up the old CRT and boot up Silent Hill 1 on your PS1. There, end of story, okay? What about mods to the console? Well, it depends. If the developer embraces mods, I will take a look, okay? But it has to have the official stamp of approval from the developers, okay? That's when I will take a look at modding. So for Fallout 4 rather, Bethesda has said, hey, you can download mods on consoles. Now, it ain't going to be probably the same as the PC experience, but you can download mods on consoles for Fallout 4. And if Bethesda is giving it the stamp of approval, I will join in. But only if the developer gives it the stamp of approval. Rockstar does not necessarily give it the stamp of approval, and sometimes they shut down some of that modding stuff, which, it's, their shit, so I think it is their right. But with that said, like I told you, it boils down to the principle of it. If you are not having fun with a game and you are dependent on mods to enhance your experience, the game quite clearly didn't do what it was meant to do, and therefore you don't like it. It's a secret way of saying you don't like the game, so I'm going to go download this Macho Man Randy Savage Dragon mod in Skyrim. Yeah, that's funny for a little meme, but that's stupid because that's not how the game was designed, okay? So with that said, that's my opinion on modding. Very unpopular, and no one's going to agree. However, there are exceptions, because like I said, if the developer implements it in their software natively and they give it the stamp of approval, I will do it. Teardown, for example. I download mods in Teardown. Teardown's a fantastic game, a little tech demo game. I don't really play the actual game. I like going in and destroying things, and that's about it. That's all I've got it for. It's a $10 game, $20 game, what have you. But they have implemented natively mods into the main menu of the game. So they are embracing that. They are embracing that, and as such, I'm going to embrace it too. So it has to essentially get the stamp of approval from the developers. If Rockstar came out of the woodwork and said, hey, by the way, we're implementing the modding thing into Grand Theft Auto 5 online or what have you, I would say, okay, it's now time to look at what has happened here with the community and how they strengthened this product, or whatever the case may very well be. But like I said, if you have to download mods and you're dependent on mods, the experience obviously didn't do enough. We don't need mods for The Last of Us or The Last of Us Part 2, period, end of story. That's why I hope that The Last of Us Part 2 does not come to PC. It ruins the PlayStation experience, okay? I am one of those gamers that will tell you that the PlayStation should have been kept with PlayStation. They should have not brought PlayStation titles to PC. Whoever's in charge of that decision has ruined the legacy of PlayStation. Okay? Now, I understand they got to get equipped with they have to get hip with the modern day times and bring the software on every device, but it's stupid because the legacy of PlayStation was never intended like that, okay? If you want to play PS5 exclusives, you go out and buy a PS5, which you can readily buy now, okay? You can get a PS5 for $550 at Walmart with God of War Ragnarok, Game of the Year of 2022, okay? But I don't agree with them bringing PlayStation first-party titles to PC. Absolutely not. And that's not me being a PlayStation fanboy. It's just the principle of it. We don't need this software coming to PC. It dilutes the entire reason to own a PlayStation console. If the damn software is coming to PC, you might as well just build a PC. There is no reason to buy the PS5. Unless you want value. Which most people do. So there you go. Buy the PS5. But the software should have remained exclusive to the PS5, and it's so sad that it didn't. It's so sad that it didn't. The first-party PlayStation titles should have remained PlayStation exclusive. The Last of Us should have never came to PC. It should have never came to PC. Okay? It should have never came to PC. No, we're not talking about Resident Evil mods. Oh, don't get me started on that crap. That's a bunch of baloney. Here's Claire in this lingerie outfit. Go get laid. I mean, Jesus. Whoever mods that crap, they're down bad. Xbox games can come to PC because Xbox is Microsoft. Xbox is Microsoft. So it makes sense that those games would eventually come to PC. Xbox had Halo on PC a few years after it came out to Xbox. So Xbox it's Microsoft. Yes, but PlayStation, no. Nintendo, no. If you're playing Switch games on your PC right now, you're a loser. It's as simple as that. If you're playing Switch games on anything but a Switch, you're not a real Nintendo fan. You're not a real Nintendo fan. You're a fake Nintendo fan. You know, it's so sad. If you're emulating Switch games on your PC, you're not a real Nintendo fan. So take your Mario figurines and throw them in the trash because that's essentially what you told all of your friends, that you're not a Nintendo fan, by saying, I'm not playing games on the Switch because they run and perform better on the PC. No. That's not how the experience is meant to be. Okay? I don't care if the games run better on PC or they have better resolution and frame rate. That's loserville, and I'm going to tell you right here, right now, that's fake Nintendo fan stuff, okay? Buy a Switch and play the damn software on the hardware it was meant to be played on. Period. End of story. Quit being fake fans in here. Xbox is in the services game. Xbox consoles do not exist. You can play the software anywhere. I can play it on the Mac right here, right now. It is a service industry for Xbox and Microsoft, okay? Xbox is no longer a console entity. It is a service entity, and they are interested in having you play the software anywhere and everywhere on whatever device you own. That is their main forte. Game Pass is Xbox. The new console is Game Pass. It is not the Series X or S. The new console is Game Pass. Holy shit, someone's coming through really hard and really strong.
Gary from the Vault donated $20 through Super Chat. Reforest Giddy. Leon Hody Momi Hogwarts Goody Professor Fig Hody Momi. Star Wars will be Garbo. Starfield Gitty Todd Howard Hody Momi. Michael Does Life the Game is Gitty Michael Hody Momi. Zelda is already confirmed Garbo.
What is this guy talking about? Gary from the Vault coming through really hard and really strong with the $20 Super Chat. Hell yeah, brother, we appreciate that. Gary from the Vault coming through yet again. Gary from the Vault. Gary from the Vault coming through yet again. Hell yeah, brother, we appreciate that. Gary from the Vault coming through yet again. Let's read this because it didn't sound like it made sense. Gary from the Vault coming through really hard and really strong with the $20 Super Chat. Hell yeah, brother, we appreciate that. Resident Evil 4 is Game of the Year. Incorrect. Leon is a hot mom, Hogwarts Game of the Year, Professor Fig, hot What the fuck? Star Wars will be garbage. What is Star Wars? Oh, you're talking about that Jedi Fallen Order slop? That's on Game Pass day one. We don't need to be excited for that. Star Wars God of War. I mean, it is EA. We love EA. But with that said, EA has been, in my opinion, not the same. As the shills are now patting EA on the back. Nonetheless, let's continue reading this super chat message here from Gary from the Vault. Starfield Game of the Year. Todd Howard is a hot. MD Michael does live Game of the Year. What does that even mean, dude? Well, we appreciate it nonetheless. That's what I know. That I can tell you. Hogwarts Legacy is awesome. Sad to see Michael going woke. You don't know what you're talking. The game is woke. We're not having this discussion in here. You know, if I were Synthetic Man, he really should have made a video on that game, Hogwarts Legacy. I mean, could you imagine? He's still got plenty of time. It's still relevant on the scene. But we are moving because I cannot continue to play this slop, Hogwarts Legacy. We are moving on to a different software soon here, and we're going to actually start dissecting another game that was showed to the moon and back, even more so than Hogwarts Legacy. But I can't continue to play this slop, okay? I can't continue to play this slop, especially on stream. Maybe I'll revisit this offline on PS4, thanks to Ryan Curtis. We got a sealed PS5 copy, and maybe it's just that much better on that console. I don't know. I doubt it. But with that said, we're going to have to give it a break because we've been playing it for a week straight nearly, and I'm going to tell you right here, right now, that I am done with the game for the time being. I'm done with Hogwarts Legacy. I don't need to play that again. It's soulless. I've seen the core gameplay loop, and I have seen the cracks in the foundation, and once you see the cracks in the foundation, it's hard not to notice. So with that said, I'm moving on to another game that everyone, and I mean everyone, in their grandma shilled, and you are not allowed to criticize it, you are not allowed to not like it, and that will be, well, we're not going to reveal it here, so stay tuned. But I think you can figure out what it is. I think you can figure out what it is. J.K. Rowling is hot, absolutely. My problems with the game are not what everyone else thinks about it, okay? My problems with the games are not what everyone else thinks about it here. Oh, Lord. Well, Hogwarts Legacy, absolutely. Hogwarts Legacy should have been on Game Pass day one. And had Hogwarts Legacy been on Game Pass day one, I would have cut this game some slack and I would have said, you know what, maybe a 5 or a 6 out of 10 because it's on Game Pass. But it's not on Game Pass, okay? If this game were on Game Pass, I would have cut this game some slack and I would have said a 5 or a 6 or a 7 out of 10, okay? I would have said, you know what, not too shabby, pretty fucking generic. It's on Game Pass, try it out. It's not on Game Pass, okay? 60, 70 bucks for this slop. I paid, well, I'm not going to say, but we paid a lot of money to get it early. And, you know, I mean, look, at the end of the day, we have been playing it for over a week, or at least a week, or whatever the case may very well be. I don't know. But we've been playing it for a long fucking time, so many days straight, and it's time to move on. I'm done with this slop. It's trash. I don't care if Jerry Springer is playing this or Regis Philbin. It just doesn't matter to me because you know what? At the end of the day, I'm done with the game, and we're moving on to another game later tonight. So we hope you can join in. Because we have had enough of this game here, Hogwarts Legacy. And I'm done. I mean, I've seen the shallow open world. It's a total snooze, and there's nothing more to be said. I mean, like I said, if you have this game, go into the cafeteria. Look, only do this if you want to ruin your experience and kill your immersion, okay? But go into this area here in Hogwarts Legacy right here. Go into the cafeteria. You see that right there? Whatever that room's called. I don't know what it's called. I'm not big on Harry Potter, so I don't know what it's called. But the lunchroom. Go into the lunchroom here in Hogwarts Legacy. And just wait, and you will see things reappearing and disappearing in front of your eyes. And people are going to chalk it up and say, well, it's Hogwarts. It's Harry Potter. It's Hogwarts. It's just fantasy magic shit. And it's like, that's not how. No. So, yeah, the game needs some updates. The game needs some quality of life improvements. Will it receive those updates? Will it get those quality of life improvements? Probably not. But with that said, I guess we're just going to have to wait and see. But until then, we're going to move on to another game that literally everyone on the internet shilled. I don't think the game got a bad score anywhere on the internet, so we're going to have to take a look and dissect this. And you know what? Maybe we are wrong, but I don't think we are. So we're going to have to go ahead and jump in and see how the cookie crumbles with this game later tonight. So make sure you subscribe, turn the notifications on, and join us tonight for a gameplay stream. Play Breath of the Wild if you want to see a soulless dead world. I'd rather not. I'd rather not play Breath of the Wild. I don't own a Nintendo Switch, and I'm not buying a Nintendo Switch because there's no point at this point. The software is just not compelling enough for me to go out and get it. So with that said, we're not going to get a Nintendo Switch. But if you think Breath of the Wild is a soulless dead world, that is not promising. Because I am tired of those games. I'm tired of those games, and I'm tired of playing these same open world games that are full of Ubisoft tropes. I've already played Far Cry 6. I don't want to play Far Cry 6 again. Okay? Far Cry 2, on the other hand, is an innovative video game. Far Cry 2, on the other hand, is a very innovative video game. And there was a vision behind Far Cry 2. And a lot of these games don't have a vision because they're probably now not allowed to have a vision anymore. But Far Cry 2 has a vision in terms of where it wanted to go, the gameplay mechanics, the nuts and bolts, the framework, and sort of that open world. Far Cry 3 is not good. Far Cry 3 is not good. That's when Ubisoft turned into generic. I think they did their research in terms of seeing what the players like and what the players don't like, so they just churned out the most palatable, mainstream kind of Far Cry experience that you could possibly do, and that's why Far Cry 3 peaked at Far Cry 3 for a lot of people, because they made the game that everyone was hoping that they would eventually make and turned it into a collectathon, climb towers, and they threw in a cool villain. That is cool, don't get me wrong, the villain's badass, but as such, there's a massive 18-wheeler coming down the road here. As such, they have turned the experience into a very generic, palatable experience that is for the mainstream audience. So if you compare Far Cry 2 to Far Cry 3, it's a very different game. I know that sounds like it doesn't make sense, but it very much so is. It is a very different game in terms of the direction and in terms of what you're doing within the world. And it is a downgrade in multiple areas, too. It is a downgrade in multiple areas here. Square Enix would do a sequel to Deus Ex Mankind. I've never played those games, but apparently they're pretty good. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. Far Cry 3 has open world sandbox survival. I don't know about that. Unless if you're talking about Far Cry 2, I agree. But Far Cry 3, I'm not entirely sure. But I do believe Far Cry 3 was the one where they added... Well, that might be wrong. Didn't they have a map editor in the first game? Did they have a map editor in Far Cry 2? I can't remember. But they have removed... Ubisoft has removed the Far Cry map editor in the latest release. And I covered that and I said, sweetheart, that's bullshit. Okay, that's what we told the fake Far Cry fans that infested the franchise, and they were defending it. It's over. They were defending the map editor not being in the game. It's unbelievable.
Chris H donated $4.99 through Super Chat. 18-wheeler, semi-trailer truck.
Did you guys hear it? It was really loud. That's why I had to stop talking. I mean, it's louder than what I can even hear. That's what we're talking about. Hell yeah, but we appreciate that. Chris H coming through, baby. We got to meet back up with Chris H. It's been so long. We're going to have to get back into the Windy City here soon and meet up with Chris H. if he's down, and anyone else who is in the Windy City area. We're going to see if they can make it happen. Chris H coming through. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that. Chris H coming through. 18-wheeler. We need Sunset Overdrive 2. The gaming audience they couldn't handle it. That game has Buzz Osborne in it, bro. And he is the lead singer, guitarist of the Melvins, which is a very underground thing. So, yeah, it is a very... Sunset Overdrive is better than Spider-Man PS4. Absolutely. The traversal's better. I mean, it's a repetitive game. Don't get me wrong. I don't really think it's a masterpiece, but I think it is one of the most overlooked Insomniac games of recent times, Sunset Overdrive. But a lot of people don't play it because it's Xbox exclusive or whatever the fuck, PC I think as well. But a lot of people don't play it because it's only on those consoles. If it came, here's the thing. This is what the fanboys don't want you to know. If Sunset Overdrive were a PlayStation exclusive, it would be considered a masterpiece. Okay, I'm not even joking. If Sunset Overdrive came to PlayStation consoles only, they would consider it a masterpiece. But the fact of the matter is that it's only on Xbox and PC. But Sunset Overdrive is very interesting, a very interesting game. It breaks the fourth wall a lot, but it is very repetitive, and it did get a little old. But it is a very interesting game. But it does get repetitive. The Melvins kick ass. That's what we like to hear. I've seen the Melvins live. Incredible band. An incredible show, and I think we lost our hearing because of it. But you know what? At the end of the day, it might have been worth it. At the end of the day, it might have been worth it. I don't know if that's who he says he is, because if that is who he says he is, that doesn't make sense. Okay. Sunset is a dead game. Riveting take. No shit. I mean, the game wasn't even alive when it came out. It was an Xbox One launch game, dude. That console flopped, so yeah, it didn't do well. But had it came out for PS4, everyone would have shilled it, just like they did with that Troy Baker Snooze Fest. What was that Troy Baker Snooze Fest? That Troy Baker Snooze Fest, what was it called? Not The Last of Us. It's a PS4. Infamous Second Son or some shit like that. You're in Seattle, and you're playing as Troy Baker, essentially. He's got the beanie on, and you're collecting soy lattes at Starbucks. It is a terrible game. Infamous. I'm so glad that Infamous is no longer a... Well, I'm not glad, but I don't care if they ever bring it back, unless they brought it back in a way that made sense, because it's a cool concept. You know, you use the electricity to traverse throughout the world, but ultimately, at the end of the day, it is about as generic as it's pretty generic. It is pretty generic, especially Infamous Second Son. I think the first game was probably where they should have stopped, but I know people in here are not going to like it. Yeah, I bet you guys went to these concerts. I don't go to concerts anymore, so let's stop talking about concerts. Let's stop talking about concerts, okay? I haven't been to a concert in... Well, you guys are trolling with that. It's not funny. It's not clever. It's stupid. Alrighty. What are we at on the battery life here? We're going to go until the battery dies 32%. This is the latest.
It's over.
Gary from the Vault donated $10 through Super Chat. Even though I agree Far Cry 2 was the best, it was extremely buggy on release. The multiplayer shouldn't have been a thing. Every gun is left-handed. The Jackal was bland and boring. Ending was bland.
The fuck's this contrarian saying? Gary from the Vault coming through yet again. Hell yeah, brother, we appreciate that. Gary from the Vault, brand new member as well. Even though I agree Far Cry 2 was the best, it was extremely buggy on release. Well, that was part of the charm. You know, the multiplayer. Well, didn't know it had I don't play multiplayer, so if it did have multiplayer, I don't remember.
It's over.
Every gun is left-handed? Well, that's great. I'm left-handed, right?
Gary from the Vault donated $10 through Super Chat. W in chat.
What is going on? Gary from the Vault. Holy shit. Gary from the Vault coming through just yet again in a split second. That's what we're talking about. The Flash himself is in here. Gary from the Vault coming through yet again really hard and really strong. W in the chat. If Michael should make his own game, that will be better than Elden Ring. Well, I mean, if I knew how to make a video game, we would probably start making one. But it is a tough process. I fiddled around with Dreams on PS4, and that was enough for me to realize that, yeah, this is pretty fucking hard. And that's like fake game development. I mean, it's user interface game development. It's not
It's over.
C++ or what have you.
Balkanski Kakao donated 25 Polish zlotys through Super Chat. Hello, you're on the air. Person, men holding hands, open the lines Mackle, men holding hands, kiss and lick Mackle's wand, men holding hands, Biden wants you to keep lines closed, men holding hands, WB doesn't love HP.
Get off the Prozac! Slowlish Gotti's coming through. Hell yeah, brother, we appreciate that. Polish Slotty coming through. Hello, you're on the air. Well, the lines are open for, well, they were open earlier for members, so consider membering up. And we'll post a link in there for the members so we can give them something to chew on. Far Cry 5 is the best. I disagree. I think the main character was cool, but well, he was hot. Let's just say that about Far Cry 5. The main character was actually pretty hot. I ain't gonna lie with that. And it had sort of this like Waco vibe to it, or whatever that's called. You know, I think the storyline was cool, but you know, overall the game isn't really that fantastic because it's bogged down with typical Ubisoft open world elements. It's bogged down with typical Ubisoft world elements. It was 365's birthday yesterday. Well, happy birthday to 365. And that little chime that comes in when you super chat is actually made by just an incredible veteran video game composer, actually. So Far Cry 6 was the worst. Yeah, it's a total snooze fest. I have that. We played that on stream, and it was really bad. It was really bad. Okay, it was more of the same, and then they, and that's the thing too with the reviews for Far Cry 6. It was like, okay, they're talking about Far Cry 6, and they're actually commending Far Cry 6 for not bringing anything new to the table. And then you have these gamers that are coming out of the woodwork, and they're saying that these open world games are so terrible, and the reason why they're terrible is because they're not bringing anything new to the table, so they're very biased. They're very biased. Why are we not talking about Atomic Heart? Because there's nothing, I don't even know what it is. It's a Game Pass. Well, first of all, it's a Game Pass game. You think I'm going to get excited about a Game Pass game? The answer's no. Now, Starfield's going to be an exception. Starfield, it's Todd Howard. They've been working on this game, the idea anyway, for like 15 years. Okay? And apparently they started development right after Fallout 4 on Starfield. So Starfield is going to be the biggest game whenever it releases. At least for Xbox, okay? Now, is it going to hit that home run? Is it going to live up to the Elder Scrolls? Is it going to live up to Fallout? Is it going to live up to Bethesda's reputation? Is it going to live up to Todd Howard's sexiness? We have yet to see. And that's why we're so excited whenever that game does release. But with that said, it is going to be one of those things. Who the fuck's this? Be My Valentine? When's Oh, Valentine's Day is tomorrow? Oh, well, we got to get ready for tomorrow's date. What you mean, homie? Whew. We got to get ready for tomorrow's date. Forgot about that. Valentine's Day. I mean, jeez. She told me she wanted to go out to some fancy sushi restaurant. I said, sweetheart, we can't afford that. You know what I mean? Unreal. What the hell's this?
Ben donated $9.99 through Super Chat. How can we donate personally so that YouTube doesn't get any money and our support goes directly to you?
You can. This is what we use, so, and it's fine. Ben coming through. Hell yeah, brother. We appreciate that. Ben coming through with the $10 super chat. We do appreciate that. Ben coming through. Well, I mean, look, if the gamer girl wants to go out tomorrow for sushi, just give me a call, and if you're in the area, let's go. I mean, I am down. I am available. We don't need to play these terrible games. We can go out and eat the sushi. Or we can go to the spaghetti restaurant and pay $35 for spaghetti that can cost you $2 at the grocery store. Actually, no. The grocery stores are pretty expensive, actually. I don't know. I think the restaurants are about on par with the grocery. They say just go out and buy these. I mean, unless you go to the dollar store and get dollar noodles and dollar sauce, you're not really... I mean, it's going to be at least $10 to do the spaghetti. It's going to be at least $10 to do the spaghetti. What you'd go to the restaurant for is to pay for the convenience of it being made for you. That's what you're going for, and the quality sometimes is a little bit higher than what you could probably make at home because there's professional, chefs in the kitchen. Okay, so you're paying for their time, you're paying for the convenience, you're doing that. So yeah, it's going to cost a lot more, but it's about the experience. Okay, now if you were to cook. Have you played Alan Wake? Yeah, not necessarily big on that game. You basically go in the light, and then the enemies disappear, and then you just continue to do that. It's a very repetitive game, and it's got this like weird. I don't like Remedy games. I think Remedy is very overrated. Their software makes no sense. It's like these just stupid storylines that are just so weird and obscure. It's like who wrote this shit? They must have been on fucking LSD. So. Will you play Diablo? Ryan Curtis in the building. Will you play Diablo 4 on console? I don't even know what the fuck Diablo is, so probably not. But we are going to be checking out a game later. When are you moving on to Resident Evil 4? We already covered it twice. Okay, we have videos on the channel. They don't have many views. I don't care. Look, if the fake Resident Evil fans don't want to listen, that's fine with me. That's nothing new. So with that said, we do have, nonetheless, we do have 2 videos of the Resident Evil 4 remake on the channel. Look, if you want to buy Hogwarts Legacy, buy Hogwarts Legacy. It's ultimately your decision, okay? But I'm going to share my thoughts on it. And look, if that somehow influences you in terms of what you purchase or not, I mean, well, that's you're going to have to make that decision, okay? Even if I say don't buy it, look, if you think it's better than what we have showcased, then, that's your opinion, and go buy the game, okay? But you're going to have to make that decision in terms of if it's going to float your boat and if Hogwarts Legacy is where it needs to be. Control's terrible. A garbage game. Only libs like that crap. I'm just going to say that. I mean, that is the most woke thing I've ever played. The destruction's trash, too. The destruction's garbage. It disappears after like 15 feet. And it runs like junk on PC. Terrible game. I have the premium edition on PS5. I turned it off after 5 seconds. Well, 5 minutes. But it's just not really a fantastic game. That I know and that I can tell you.
It's over!
Holy shit, Gary from the Vault coming through yet again. That's what we're talking about, Gary from the Vault.
Gary from the Vault donated $10 through Super Chat. I can be your gamer girl tomorrow. We can have dinner, take a walk to the dog park, then go to your mansion and watch salad.
Dude, if you're hot, I don't care. Let's go. I don't care. Let's go. If you look like Brad Pitt, Johnny Depp, Austin Butler, I mean, let's go. We'll go to the sushi restaurant. I don't give a shit. Okay. Gary from the Vault coming through yet again. Hell yeah, brother, we appreciate that. Gary from the Vault coming through yet again. Did someone share this on the Steam forums or something? Because there's an odd number of people in here. She told me she didn't love, and I said, sweetheart, I'm used to that. We got friend-zoned many times, and I said, I don't care anymore. I'm turning, we're going to look at men, and we're going to see if men will take World Class in. And, we went to the gay bar, and I'll tell you what, they rolled out the red carpet for World Class, and I said, wow, that's amazing. I love men. I'm gay. There's nothing wrong with that. And if you're homophobic in here, we're going to start banning, okay? But you need to understand that look, if Gary from the Vault wants to go to the sushi restaurant tomorrow, let's go, okay? You guys are not listening. No, the MacBook is not going to freeze, okay? We got great technology out here. Okay, great technology out here. We've been live for 2 hours. The battery's still not dead. This is incredible technology. You wouldn't be able to do this on a PC, I'll tell you. You guys need to start looking at what Apple is doing as of late. It's incredible technology. This computer right here renders video faster than a 12th generation i7. That's inexcusable. That costs 10 times more. You know what I mean? It's not 10 times more, but it's ridiculous. PC gaming is total slop. But they don't want to dissect it. I bet this is faster than an i9. I mean, not the GPU, but I have yet to use a machine that will outdo this computer. I'm not even joking, and this is not even the latest that they offer. This is the baseline fucking 2020 edition. They've come out with multiple, but we're not going to discuss that because you guys don't like Apple in here. You're like, oh, that's trash. You know, you just don't understand it, so you say it's trash. Your mama's in here. That's what we're talking about. If you guys were watching the LA streams, which not many people were, the gamer girl showed up, and I'll tell you what. Woo! You know what I mean? The gamer girl showed up, and I'll tell you what. We were sitting on that bench right there, and I'm like, okay, there's no way. 2 females are coming up to world class, and I'm like, damn, what are we going to do? I mean, jeez. It's just, it's just one of those things. Do you like sleeping dogs? Absolutely not. Apple's trash. Great take, very intelligent. Apple is terrible. Great take, very intelligent. We're not going to discuss Apple in here because you guys are not listening. I mean, look at the webcam. This is the webcam on this thing. It's a fucking DSLR. You guys are not listening. Dude, I'm going to convert some of these PC fanboys to Mac in here, and they're going to be like, damn, what was I missing out on? That I know, and that I can tell you. Look, for gaming, obviously, who games on a computer? Buy a video game console. Don't be...
Gary from the Vault donated
The fuck?
$10 through Super Chat. Actually,
No, 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 no. He canceled the date? Gary from the Vault, what do you... I don't want to be in the friend zone. I don't want to be in the... I'm tired of being in the friend zone. You guys are not listening. Look, we can do a Valentine's Day stream, but the women in here are occupied. Okay, they're not single. Okay, and if they are, they're not in the vicinity. So, guess we're just going to have to go to the sushi restaurant alone tomorrow on Valentine's Day, and everyone else is going to be occupied with their companion. And it's going to be so sad. It's going to be really depressing, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Gary from the Vault coming through. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that. Well, it's so sad. I mean, he's saying he wants to be in the friend zone. Sweetheart, I've been in the friend zone since forever. Okay, I don't know how to get out of the friend zone. Okay. I don't think getting out of the friend zone is actually a thing. I think that is a fallacy. Once they put you in the friend zone, you're not getting out of the friend zone. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. There's no way to get out of the friend zone. And it's like, how can we be friends, but there's no connection? It doesn't make sense. How can you be friends with someone and there's just no connection? That doesn't make sense. That's what I was told. There's just no connection. Okay, sweetheart. I mean, just unbelievable. Unbelievable. No connection, by the way. Okay. Just so sad. Whatever. Now she's with some fucking, well, I mean, it's just one of those things. She could have been on here on the show, and it just could have been so much fun, but so sad. Really so sad. Just the saddest it's ever been. Guys, who redeemed the code in here? Every time we do this, it's just like this mysterious man watching, and it's like, dude, if you redeem the code... Did I'm a Devil really redeem this? That's bullshit, dude. He didn't need it. Unreal. Let's just keep throwing it up on the screen in case it's not redeemed. There it is, the Hugglepuff mount. Okay. We should have redeemed it ourselves, but I don't... Even if you redeem it, it's not like you can just write it. You have to get to that point in the mission because it's a mission-based game. It's a linear game. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Hello? Let's get a 1 in the chat right now. You guys are slowing down. I still got 22% of battery out here, and I'm going to go on low power mode right now so we can extend the battery life here. Low power mode right now. Low power mode right now. Let's get a 1 in the chat. Let's go. We're going to go into the battery dice. We're going to be back later tonight with a brand new video game, okay? So we can just fall asleep with that game because it's a total snooze fest, okay? Low power mode, I guess it doesn't exist. They must have took it out. Low power mode right here. Okay, low power mode. Let's get a 1 in the chat. Let's go. Gonna wake you guys up in here. That's what we're talking about. Your mama coming through. That's what we're talking about. Holy shit, your mama coming through, baby. Let's go. Brand new member. That's what we're talking about. Hell yeah, brother. We appreciate that. Your mama coming through really hard and really strong. We were out there next to the Staples Center. He brought the gaming women, and I'm going to tell you what, holy fucking shit. 10 out of 10. And in addition to that, he provided content. He got a hot dog for the homeless guy. I mean, you know, this guy was incredible. And the chat was saying stupid things like, oh, this guy's not a real fan, all this fucking shit. But, like, this guy provided content. And in addition to that, he helped sponsor the segment on the show. He gave me an IRL dono super chat. And I'm going to tell you right here, right now, we put that to good use. And it provided content for the next stream. So, you know, let's get a W for your mama coming through. Just became a member. That's what we're talking about. Hell yeah, brother. We appreciate that. Your mama coming through. Let's get it. What's with the lazy eye? Well, I can go to the strip club and look at 2 strippers at once. You can't. How does it feel? How does it feel? Stupid idiot. Jeez. How does a threaded... Guys, how's the audio today? How has the audio been? Are we clipping at any point in time? Because I'm yelling out here.
It's over.
Oh, jeez.
Finn donated $4.99 through Super Chat. Nick and
Get him off the air. Get him on. What the fuck? Unreal. Get that shit off. Guys, has the audio been great? Is it possible for me to clip this sumbitch? Because this thing is light as hell. I bought this microphone for 365 because his setup wasn't working. So I went to the camera store in San Diego and I said, hey bro, I'm gonna hook you up. But it turns out his other microphone started working again. So I thought, well, I guess I'll just keep it and use it for this show because it's convenient. You just plug and play. You don't have to have the audio box out here, and it's like it literally weighs like 2 ounces. Okay, so I don't even know if it's a real microphone, but I mean, fuck me. But we bought it initially for 365, and then his microphone all of a sudden started working it because he fell in the fucking lake. He fell in the lake. I thought I was going to be the one to fall in the lake, but he fell in the lake. He fell in the lake. Audio's crystal clear, video too. That's what we're talking about. Hell yeah, brother. We appreciate that. Your mama, brand new member and a moderator as well. Dude. Audio quality is okay, not great. I'm not noticing clip. Well, as long as we're not clipping, that's all right. But you're always going to say something stupid, so whatever, dude. Hello? Guys, we need to call the gamer girl, okay? Tomorrow is Valentine's Day. We can't be alone yet again on Valentine's Day. You know how long we've been alone on Valentine's Day for? Forever. You know what I mean? It's time for change, like Obama said, okay? It's time for change. That's what Obama campaigned with. It's time for change. And it really is. So we need to find a date tomorrow. And if there's any single women watching, I mean, if you're in the vicinity, I mean, we'll go to the sushi restaurant, we'll get the reservation set, and we'll stream it. Or are we going to sit around and play Hogwarts Legacy again? You know, I mean, who wants to do that? It's so sad. Hello? Hello? Let's get a 2 in the chat. You guys are winding down. We're going to be live later tonight with a brand new game because I'm sick and tired of looking at Hogwarts Legacy. I mean, it is actually becoming... Because, I mean, we've been streaming for that for, like, literally a week straight. And the save issues, the missions that are just, oh my God, we got to play something else. We just have to play something else. And we hope you can tune in for later tonight as we will be playing something else, and we're going to have to dissect that too, because the shills are all over that game. They're like, oh yeah, that game's amazing, it's a masterpiece, and it's like, I wish I could see what you're seeing in that game, but maybe when we dissect it, we'll see how the cookie ultimately crumbles. We'll see how. No, we're not playing that. We're not going to play an irrelevant game, dude. We're not going to play a game that came out literally nearly 20 years ago. I mean, this is not a retro channel. We got to play something that's at least kind of current on the damn scene, okay? We're not going to play some fucking retro game that 5 people care about or some indie game that 2 people care about. It just isn't going to happen, okay? We're going to stick to the current release schedule, and that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Now, if you want to do something a little bit more than that, we can take a look. But with that said, we're just going to have to see how the cookie crumbles. Guys, we're not playing irrelevant games. I've never heard of that game. Go back to 1998 with Trent Reznor or some shit like, down in thy knees, look at that now. I mean, Jesus. This is gothic shit. What is this gothic shit?
Been donated $4.99 through Super Chat. Try dating apps, you'll definitely get put hang on there. I can speak from multiple experiences.
Yeah, I bet.
Smirking face.
Dating apps, by the way. Bro, I've already tried Tinder. You have to pay on Tinder. There's like 4 services of Tinder. It's like, hey, you want more likes? You want follows or whatever? Get Tinder Plus or some fucking crap like that. So fuck that bullshit. It's all garbage. It's all junk. I mean, we could try it again, but I haven't had luck, so I don't know. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that. Ben coming through. Play Bully. We're not playing an irrelevant game like Bully. We're not playing the Callisto Protocol. Harry Potter 2008, I don't have that game. If you got the PS3 Harry Potter, well, I don't have a PS3 that reads discs, so it would be irrelevant. So don't. I was going to say we can maybe borrow it from a viewer if they have it and send it back, but we do not have we do not have a PS3 that reads discs, but I wish it did. My PS3 died when playing GTA 5. It kept reading the discs. I think if you put Red Dead Redemption 2010 in your PS3, it's constantly reading the disc or the hard drive or something, so I think that really put it to work. And it would need a new laser. The PS3 would need a new laser. It's a fat PS3. What is your game of the year so far? There's no game of the year so far. Doesn't exist. But then again, we haven't played all of the recent releases, and that's why we're going to be covering another game later tonight. We hope you can tune in. Maybe you should stop gaming. Well, maybe. But there are still releases that may very well be fantastic. Starfield, GTA 6, so on and so forth. So there's still hope, but it's few and far between. Play Biomutant. We're going to start banning because you're just bringing up stupid shit. Play The Sims 4. Go outside. We're literally outside right now, bro. We're literally outside right now, and I know you know that. So don't sit there and pretend like you're a stupid idiot, because I know that you're not. Callisto Protocol is awesome and easy to beat. Great take, very intelligent. You should play the original Mirror's Edge. I do have the original Mirror's Edge. It is an interesting game, but we have to play. We're playing something recent. Period. End of story. Stop recommending games that are irrelevant and no one cares about. We're playing something recent. But it's actually not recent when you really think about it. So why are you outside? Because she told me that she didn't love, and it just became a whole thing. We're not going to do the green screen trolling. We're not talking about that. GTA 6 will save gaming. We're not going to define recent, okay? Snooze stream, yet you're here, eliciting a response. What do you mean irrelevant? You can figure it out. New Yakuza game is coming out this week. Never heard of it. Play Silent Hill 2? Absolutely not. Well, Dead Island 2 went gold, and I'm very excited for Dead Island 2. So if you want to know what game I'm excited for, because that's a troll question, Dead Island 2 has potential. It's in LA, and we were just out there for a while, and we're very accustomed to LA. So with that said, it's going to be interesting to see it recreated yet again in another video game, LA. And if it's recreated very well, the Hollywood Boulevard, Santa Monica Boulevard, Melrose Avenue, rather. Things like that. Santa Monica Pier, downtown L.A., Beverly Hills, Fairfax, all that shit. If they have all of that in there, I mean, it really could be an interesting title. So we're going to have to see. Hitman 3 Freelancer is fun. Well, they did send me a review code for Freelancer mode, but I don't have Hitman 3 and I'm not buying it, so they can kiss my foot with that. I mean, I thought it was a standalone game. I guess I didn't understand it. We're not playing a sports game. If we were going to play a sports game, we're not talking about LA in here, okay? That's going to get you out. Look, we're because you're trolling. We are play Far Cry 2. We're not playing an irrelevant game. It's not. We're not in the season of irrelevant games right now, okay? There's many releases coming. We're going to be covering the latest and greatest in the world of video, okay? We're not going to play 15-year-old games, 16-year-old games, 20-year-old games, 30-year-old games. We're not playing those games. Those games are old for a reason. They're irrelevant for a reason. We're not covering retro titles here on the channel. It's a snooze fest, okay? It's a total snooze fest. Play the new WWE game. That's a great suggestion. We will probably look at that. The new 2K23 in March next month. WWE 2K23. We'll probably take a look. It's going to be probably the same as last year's title, which was okay. A step in the right direction, I suppose. But we'll see what WWE 2K23 has to offer. Yeah, Hitman Freelancer might be good. I don't have Hitman 3. I mean, unless you can download the trial of Hitman 3 and then you can play the Freelancer mode. I don't know how it works. That whole release for those new Hitman games has been the most sophisticated, complex nonsense when it shouldn't have been. All of those new Hitman games are just total garbage, to be honest. I mean, maybe Freelancer is good because it is an interesting mode aspect to Hitman, but we'll see.
Balkanski Kakao donated 30 Polish zlotys through Super Chat. Gothic is the forerunner of RPG games. It's better NPCs than most open
Never heard of
world
it.
games. Don't you dare insulting Gothic where I'll liquor one all by myself.
The fuck,
Men
dude?
holding hands.
Polish slotty coming through. Hell yeah, brother. We appreciate that. Gothic is the forerunner of RPG. I've never heard of Gothic. I've heard of that vampire game that everyone chills. That RPG from back in the day, like 2002 on Windows XP or some shit like that. The Vampire Masquerade or whatever the hell. And, that was interesting, I suppose, but I've never heard of Gothic. I don't know what that is. Are WWE games on Game Pass? I don't know. You are wrong on Hitman, Michael. I disagree. Absolution was the last great Hitman game. Blood Money is still the best Hitman game. If you want to argue, we'll open up the Hitman line, and you can argue all about those games until the cows come home. Is that new boxing game? How much is it? That new boxing game. Undisputed, that's what it's called? I didn't know what it was called. I saw some other YouTuber play it. Undisputed Boxing. Discover an authentic boxing experience. $30. Undisputed, it's like Fight Night, isn't it? Very positive. Came out late January here, so just came out. Become undisputed in the most authentic boxing game to date, featuring true-to-life visuals, bone-jarring action, and more licensed boxers than ever before. Really, who the fuck's making this shit? Who the fuck made this game? Steel City Interactive. Never heard of them. Never heard of them here. Does it have physics? Let's read this. Revolutionary footwork mechanics, including loose movement modifier to help you get around the ring with ease, more than 60 individual punches, all the tools needed to defensive wizard, physics-driven interactions, so punches can sometimes go around or even through the guard. Really? Well, this maybe does sound like the ultimate. Well, they don't have Muhammad Ali. They don't have Mike Tyson. I mean, you're going to have some legendary like, I don't want to play as a random boxer. Like, I don't care about boxing that much. But, I mean, if you have Muhammad Ali eventually in this bitch, or Mike Tyson in his prime, I mean, I don't know. If this had a demo, I'd check it out. But, we could look at gameplay, I guess. But the battery's going to die here soon, so... but that is not the game that we are thinking about playing. But we'll take that into consideration, okay? Because I did want to take a look at it here. Oh, this guy gave it a bad review. In the current state, we do not recommend this game. I'm neither blah, 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 blah. I tested it's a multiplayer game? It's a multiplayer game? We're not playing multiplayer games. Multiplayer is for losers. Okay. Career mode. No, it says it has career mode. I don't know. We'll take a look. If the gameplay is like Fight Night Round 3 or whatever, then could be interesting. Muhammad Ali's in the game, really. What about Floyd Money Mayweather? If they got Floyd Mayweather, I'm buying this right now. Or later today. For the stream. They got Floyd Mayweather in this bitch? They got Floyd Mayweather in this bitch? I'm buying it. They got Floyd Mayweather in this bitch or not? Floyd Money Mayweather. They got Floyd Money Mayweather in this bitch? If not, it's we're not getting it. Invite 365 over it. Well, he's invited whenever. I mean, if he wants to come out now, he's going to freeze his ass off. But I mean, shit, if he wants to come out now, we can probably make something happen. But it's pretty fucking cold over here compared to LA. So it's early access. Still got a ways to go. Fight Night Round 3 was fire. Exactly. Yeah, I'm looking at the Steam page right now, bro. I'm looking at the Steam page right now. If you own Buy Hitman 3, you get Hitman 1, 2, and Freelancer included. Oh, well. Well, then that's why they sent me a review code. Really? Do they have, what's his face? George Foreman. Do they have George Foreman in this game? Dude, someone said that George Foreman was a boxer, and I don't know him as a boxer. I know him as a grill man. The George Foreman grill, the mini grill. Like, dude, no one knows George Foreman as a boxer. Like, that's like the most boomer take you can have. Like, yeah, I mean, he might have been a great boxer, but like, bro, George Foreman grills were big. Okay. I mean, I honestly didn't know he was ever a boxer until someone in the chat said he was a boxer, and I thought, okay, you guys are trolling. Like, how the fuck's that guy a boxer? Like, he makes grills. The George Foreman grill. Like, that's his legacy. The George Foreman grill, and it's like, that's amazing. I mean, but you add the boxing on top of that, that's like a whole nother fucking realm of awesomeness. Let's get it! Well, they made EA Fight Night Round 3 was made in EA had a studio in Chicago. Chicago used to be like a hub for game development back in the day. Chicago was pretty big. Now it's all in San Francisco and shit like that. But they made Fight Night Round 3 at the EA studio in Chicago, which I thought was pretty cool. And what's his face was like the spokesman for the game. Really cool guy. He's like a big Microsoft exec now, but I can't remember. He's got like an interesting look, and he's really passionate about the game. I don't know if you guys remember the interviews with the director of the game, but guys, we're on low battery. Okay, this is the final few minutes of the stream here today, and then we're gonna come back later for the gameplay stream. So we got 10% on the battery. The battery's gonna die here shortly. Okay, the battery's gonna die here shortly, and we are going to see later tonight. I love his face. I don't know what you're talking about. But we're going to be back with a brand new title later tonight because we're done with Hogwarts Legacy for the time being until they make it interesting. Okay. And it's a game that everyone chilled until the moon and back. Play undisputed, you'll get more viewers. I don't believe so. I mean, unless no one else is streaming it, I don't know. I'm not big on boxing, but I mean, if it's a good game, I mean, it's a good game. I don't know. Let's get sushi tomorrow. There's no way. Svensson Productions, let's get it, baby. Hard times, I'll tell you what. Svensson Productions, let's go, baby. Straight from the Disney Vault. Holy shit. I did read your message, but I'm not good with responding, so it's just one of those things with me. And they will tell you in here. When someone sends me a message, it's like, well, it probably is going to go not responded to because we don't really know what to say to it. It's like, not really used to people messaging. It's just kind of a foreign thing to me, to be honest. I'm just a loser, you know? I mean, jeez. Yeah, tomorrow's Valentine's Day. We're going to have a Valentine's Day special. We're going to have a Valentine's Day special. Hard times for your mother, yeah. We go to the sushi restaurant, yeah, it definitely will be. Alrighty, folks, let's check on the battery here. 9% left, okay? So we are going to be winding this one down because the battery is dying here, and we've been live for a lot longer than the battery usually lasts, 2 hours and 30 minutes here nearly. And we're going to be back live later tonight for a first look at a brand new game that just came out. And it's probably going to be a snooze fest. We're going to see. But everyone and their grandma has shilled this game. I have not found one negative review of this game. I mean, I'm sure it exists, but probably not. You need to learn social skills. Well, we can get you out of here if you're just going to be an incel. Let's get them out. So sad. Wrestling Face coming through with the 2 Valentine's Day special at, I think that would be pretty cool. We can't spoil things. Valentine's Day special? Yeah. Valentine's Day special. You missed the show? Well, we're still here until the battery dies, which it will be dying probably soon here. 9%. It's the Mac, though. I mean, the Mac is pretty efficient, so it's full brightness, too. So if we were to take the brightness down a little bit, we can really make it happen and make it pop in a way that makes sense. What game is it? You're just going to have to stay tuned. It should be pretty obvious what it is, but you're going to have to stay tuned if you can't figure it out. But it's a game that we said we weren't going to cover, but now that we are done with Hogwarts Legacy, we will probably take a look at it.
It's over!
Gary from the Vault donated $10 through Super Chat.
Gary from the
He
Vault
already
coming
said
through.
he was
Let's
gonna
go.
play Disney Dreamlight tonight.
The fuck's that? Ain't nobody playing no Disney games, bro. Ain't nobody playing no dumb Disney games, bro. Maybe like Haunted Mansion or some fucking shit like that on the GameCube or something like that. I mean, that's one I never played. Gary from the Vault coming through really hard and really strong with the 10. Hell yeah, brother, we appreciate that. Multiple 2-time, 3-time, 4-time, 5-time potentially, 6-time potentially. Tony Hawk combo from Gary from the Vault. Hell yeah, brother, we appreciate that. Gary from the Vault coming through yet again. And how has the audio been? I'm going to have to review it myself. The other day, I reviewed the audio for the stream, and the mix was terrible. I mean, you couldn't even hear myself talk. No one let me know, which was so incredibly sad. But with this setup, this microphone is like, there's no weight to it. I don't know what's in this thing, but it must be like the smallest little fucking thing in there. I mean, it's just, it's pure plastic. My mother needs a Valentine. Well, if she's single and ready to mingle and she knows her way and she can help world class, I mean, shit. We'll go to the sushi restaurant. I'll make the reservation tonight. It's going to be busy tomorrow night, so I mean, shit. The screen brightness is going all the way down. 7% on the battery here. We got 7% on the battery. Hogwarts Legacy is the best. Great. Go to the Steam forums and tell them that, okay? Go to the Steam forum. The battery is We're on low power mode. We can't take it on low power mode. Audio is so we're not able to clip the mic because I'm pretty much on top of this thing and I'm yelling. Okay, I'm on top of this. We're going really hard and really strong. I'm on top. We're going really hard and really strong, and I'm yelling into this thing. And you're telling me it's not clipping? I think we found the perfect audio solution. Took us 2 years, but 3 years. Because it's just great. I mean, there's no weight to this. It's a single plug and play like the PSVR 2. It's a USB to USB-C. Boom, done. You know, no bullshit. And you can actually hook up the headphones to this too, so we might have to try that out. What will be the worst game of the year? Every release. I mean, probably... worst game of the year. Huh. Well, Hogwarts Legacy certainly isn't floating my boat, so we can keep that into the worst game of the year so far. Stray is last year. We're not talking about last year's games were terrible. Okay, this year is supposed to be better, but I have yet to see that. So, well, Michael just hates everything. Okay, then go watch someone who doesn't hate everything. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I can't tell if we're trolling in here or we're saying genuine things. But I'll review the audio myself because if it's that damn good, I'm pretty surprised. This might have been what we should have had all along. Gaming is still good. Great take. Very intelligent. Let's see the battery life here. We're going to be winding this one down here in just a few minutes. 6% on the battery. Let's go until 2%. We don't want this to cut off. We're going to end this officially here. Starfield, worst game of the year. 15 frames per second, 450p resolution. Well, Starfield doesn't exist right now, in my opinion, but a lot of gaming journalists are coming out of the woodwork, and they are saying that Starfield is coming sooner rather than later. Amnesia the Bunker, sure. Amnesia the Bunker, we'll check that out. That seems like it could have an interesting concept. I guess you're locked in the bunker and you got to figure your way out, and there's like goblins in there or some fucking shit. I don't know. Ragnarok is better than Stray. We're not talking about 2022 releases. Those are all boring. Those are all boring. I don't try to hate on anything. The game's fucking boring. I'm going to say it's boring. Whatever, dude. You sent a super chat. Okay, well, we missed it. You will not acknowledge wanted... Yeah, I've never heard of that. I don't know what it is. Is it some indie game? Is it on Game Pass? If it's on Game Pass, we might check it. We might check it out. But I don't know what that is. Never heard of it. Is it like that one game, Evil West? Oh, I can't believe I bought that game. I played that for one stream and never touched it again. Junk. All of these games need to be on Game Pass. I'm telling you, man. All of these games need to be on Game Pass. It's becoming a Game Pass industry. It's becoming a Game Pass industry. And all of these games should be on Game Pass. All of these games should be on Game Pass. Will the Transformers game be good or bad? Never heard of a Transformers game. You must be talking about the Michael Bay ones. I don't know, dude. Why would they randomly make a Transformer game? Yeah, the battery's literally dying. It's not a joke. 5%, okay? It's the makers of Ninja Gaiden. Okay, well, it's probably going to be fucking hard. I mean, look, if people start talking about it and it gets attention, we might take a look, but I have not heard anything about the game at all, so... Sleeper of the year, really? Well, I don't know. I don't know. Can you recommend a good game to play? Well, if you're going to listen, because every time I recommend a game to play, you say it's trash. Unbelievable. If you're not going to listen, I'm not going to recommend a good game to play. And you're probably going to disagree to play Contrarian. A good game to play. Well, I mean, good game to play. Huh. Let me think. Far Cry 2. There you go. Far Cry 2. We didn't bring the extender. We didn't bring the extender. The Mac has great battery life. We've gone long enough. We're going to come back later. 2 hours and 30 minutes is plenty of time.
Eagles Lair donated 15
Of the
pounds
laptop.
through
We don't have the
Super Chat.
battery extender. Eagles Lair coming through. That's what we're talking about. Potentially the last super chat of the show. Hell yeah, brother. We appreciate that with the 2-3-time Tony Hawk combo, whatever it may very well be. We do appreciate that. Eagles Lair coming through really hard and really strong with a $15 super chat. Hell yeah, brother. We appreciate that. Eagles Lair coming through. We are on the laptop battery. We do not have the extender. 3%. We're going to 2, and then that's it. Because we have to click the end button. Otherwise, the computer will shut off. So let me lower the brightness. We don't need it that bright to extend it potentially a little bit longer. Spider-Man 2 copy and paste for the first 2 games. Ragdoll is coming back to Dying Light 2 in April. So sad. Unreal. Well, maybe we'll check it back out. I mean, that's really what the game needed. But it needed more than that, too. Hogwarts Legacy is a great game to play. Far Cry 2 invented open world. Okay. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. We're not doing that. We're not talking about that. Not that game. You can even finish a game on story mode. Well, because we don't want to. But we are going to be playing a brand new game tonight, so tune in. And that's going to do it because it is almost on 2%. As soon as it goes to 2%, we are ending the show here. We'll be back a little bit later with a brand new game that we have yet to play. First time jumping into this world. And everyone in their grandma shielded. It just came out. Everyone in their grandma shielded. It just came out. Okay. And we're going to see how the cookie crumbles. So, we are officially at, well, we're not at 2% yet. Waiting for it to get to 2%. Not lying about the battery, but I can understand why you would come to that conclusion. We're not lying about the battery. It's a fucking laptop. It's not going to last for 10 hours out here, you stupid idiot. Swear to God, dude. You got some losers in here. Why would I lie about the battery? I mean, the sun's going down anyway. It's getting colder out here. I'm not lying about the battery. You want me to show it to you so you can still sit there and say it's fucking, oh, that's Photoshop. Yeah, okay, dude. Whatever, dude. Go to bed, get a life, get a job, do something. It's literally at 3%. But it's not going down to 2, so. All right. Evo West is already 50 cents at GameStop. Holy shit. Unreal. All right, we're going to ban some people in here. They just can't help it. It's alt central in here. I mean, I swear, some psychotic people in here. It's still at 3%. I don't know why this is not going down. I wish it were going down quick. Still at 3%. For Woken. So sad. Evo West is awesome and a lot of fun to play. Well, I mean, for a Game Pass game, sure. Unfortunately, it is officially at 2% now, so we're going to end the show. That's going to do it. We're going to be back later tonight with a brand new game, and I'm going to tell you what it is right here, right now, since you guys stuck around. It is the Dead Space remake. We said we weren't going to cover it, but now that we're done with Hogwarts Legacy, we are jumping into the Dead Space remake. So stay tuned for the Dead Space remake coverage. We're going to be jumping into it for the very first time. Dead Space remake later today. That's going to do it, though. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, tagging along, supporting the show, and we will see you later. It's over. Hey there, mister. Who let that simpleton out of the asylum?